आप नाम से ही यहाँ पर पता लगा सकते हैं कि इट इज एक्चुअली ग्रुप ऑफ 20। तो ये 20 क्या है? दे 20 आर डिफरेंट नेशंस अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड। तो ये दरअसल एक इंटर गवर्नमेंटल फोरम है। हम कई इस तरीके से फोरम्स और प्लेटफॉर्म्स के बारे में बात करते हैं, तो वन सच प्लेटफॉर्म और फोरम इज एक्चुअली G20, जहां पर 19 अलग अलग कंट्रीज और एक यूरोपियन यूनियन जो है वो पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, डिस्कशंस और डिबेट वहां पर करते हैं। तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो मेजर इश्यूज हमें G20 में इस इंटर गवर्नमेंटल फोरम में जो देखने को मिलते हैं वो ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड होते हैं ज्यादातर, जो कि इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी से डील करते हैं, क्लाइमेट चेंज मिटिगेशन यानी कि क्लाइमेट चेंज और उससे रिलेटेड जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट से चीजें हैं उनके बारे में डिस्कशन करते हैं, और सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का कॉन्सेप्ट जो कि हाल ही में बहुत ही प्रोमिनेंस ले चुका है, तो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के कॉन्सेप्ट पर यहाँ पर डिस्कशंस किए जाते हैं और चंद इंपॉर्टेंट से डिसीजंस भी लिए जाते हैं। आगे उनके बारे में पढ़ेंगे। तो सबसे पहले जानने की कोशिश करते हैं कि दरअसल ये ग्रुपिंग की जरूरत क्या पड़ गई थी। हम कई रीजनल ग्रुपिंग्स की भी बातें करते हैं, हम कई इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस की भी बात करते हैं, तो G20 की जरूरत हमें कब महसूस हुई? तो जैसे कि आप सभी को पता है कि वर्ल्ड वॉर 1 और 2 ने हमारी वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमी को, इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम को बहुत बुरी तरीके से मार दी हुई थी, और यूरोपियन कंट्रीज जो कि आज हेवीली इंडस्ट्रियलाइज्ड देखे जाते हैं, एट द टाइम ऑफ वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 बहुत ही मीगर हो चुके थे, बहुत ही मजबूत थे, बहुत ही वीक थे। तो ऐसी जरूरत हमें महसूस हो रही थी कि हमें एक वर्ल्ड क्लास इंस्टीट्यूशन बनाने की जरूरत थी, हमें चंद ऐसे इनिशिएटिव्स लेने की जरूरत थी जो कि इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर हमारे फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम को सही तौर पर मेंटेन कर सके, कोऑर्डिनेशन हमारी इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी से रिलेटेड सही हो सके। और उससे रिलेटेड सबसे मेजर डिसीजन हम ऑलरेडी देखते हैं, विच इज ब्रेटन वुड कॉन्फ्रेंस जो चला हुआ था 1944 में, जिसके रिजल्ट के सबब हम इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड और वर्ल्ड बैंक जैसे इंस्टीट्यूशंस का एस्टेब्लिशमेंट देखते हैं। तो ऑन द सेम लाइन महज वर्ल्ड बैंक और इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड का एस्टेब्लिशमेंट होना काफी नहीं था, इस तरीके के और भी कई वर्ल्ड क्लास इंस्टीट्यूशंस और इनिशिएटिव्स हमारे लिए बहुत ही जरूरी थे। तो उसी सच नीड में से बाहर आया हुआ एक कॉन्सेप्ट था द ग्रुपिंग ऑफ 20, इट इज G20। तो G7 जो थे वो नेशंस ऑलरेडी जो वन ऑफ द मोस्ट डेवलप्ड जो नेशंस थे 1970s में उन्होंने उनकी बैठक हुई थी, और G7 वहां से हमें एस्टेब्लिश होता हुआ देखने को मिलता है। मैं आपको आगे भी इसके बारे में थोड़ा बहुत बताऊंगा। तो G7 के इनिशिएटिव से जो है सबसे पहली बार हमें G20 का कॉन्सेप्ट देखने को मिलता है, खासकर ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस जब हो रहे थे 1990s में, और एशियन इकोनॉमीज जो थे वहां पर थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा खासा डेवलपमेंट दिखा रहे थे। तो यहाँ पर G7 नेशंस को पता चल गया कि अगर हमें वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर को सही तौर पर मेंटेन करना है, हमारे फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम्स को अगर हमें सही तौर पर मेंटेन करना है, तो हमें जस्ट डेवलप्ड नेशंस नहीं, हमें डेवलपिंग और अंडर डेवलप्ड नेशंस को भी साथ लेकर चलना है, क्योंकि उस टाइम फ्रेम में एशियन कंट्रीज जो खासकर इंडिया, ब्राजील, इस तरीके के जो इवन साउथ अमेरिकन नेशंस भी जो थे वो बहुत ही प्रोमिनेंस दिखा रहे थे, वो डेवलपमेंट में बहुत ही आगे जा रहे थे। तो इस तरीके के नए नए मार्केट्स को भी साथ लेकर चलना बहुत ही जरूरी था। उन्हें इंपॉर्टेंस पता चल गया कि इस तरीके के जो नेशन है वो बहुत ही क्रूशियल हो सकते हैं। सो दिस एक्चुअली पेव्ड वे फॉर द फॉर्मल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ G20 ग्रुपिंग। तो वहां पर कैनेडियन फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर पॉल मार्टिन साहब जो थे वो सबसे पहली बार चेयरमैन की तरह चूज किए गए थे फॉर दैट इनॉग्रल सेशन। लेकिन यहाँ पर एक खास बात ये थी कि 1999 में G20 का आइडिया जो है पूरी तरीके से आता है, उसका एस्टेब्लिशमेंट भी होता है, लेकिन वो बहुत ही इरेगुलर था, यानी कि उसे पूरी तरीके से एक स्ट्रक्चरल और इंस्टीट्यूशनल फॉर्म उसे नहीं दिया गया था। तो सबसे दूसरा मेजर जो डिसीजन आता है एज फार एज एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ G20 इज कंसर्न, वो 2008 में आता है। आप सभी को पता है 2008 में पूरी दुनिया ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस से गुजर रही थी, और खासकर यूएस जैसी कंट्री भी बहुत ही मजबूर थी इस फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस से गुजरने के लिए। तो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम वर्ल्ड लीडर्स को फिर से पता चल गया कि नहीं, और खासकर G20 लीडर्स को, कि वी आर द नेक्स्ट बिग थिंग इन दिस इकोनॉमी, इन दिस मार्केट। तो जाहिर सी बात है हमें साथ लेकर चलना पड़ेगा, हमें कंसेंसस बिल्ड करके ही, और हाईएस्ट पॉलिटिकल लेवल पर जब तक हम डिसीजंस नहीं लेंगे, हम एक इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल ऑर्डर को सस्टेन और सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकते। तो यही वो मेजर डिसीजन था 2008 में, जहां पर G20 लीडर्स ने एक यूनाइट डिसीजन लिया हुआ था, ठान लिया हुआ था कि वो हर साल एनुअली मीट करेंगे इन समिट्स पे। तो इन ऑर्डर टू प्रिपेयर फॉर दिस समिट्स द G20 फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स एंड सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर्स कंटिन्यू टू मीट ऑन देयर ओन ट्वाइस अ ईयर। तो हर साल जो हाईएस्ट पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स होते हैं कंट्रीज के, यानी कि अगर किसी कंट्री में प्राइम मिनिस्टर है और किसी कंट्री में प्रेसिडेंट्स, तो वहां पर ईयरली एक समिट होता है। मैं वो समिट्स किस तरीके से होते हैं उसके बारे में भी बताऊंगा। तो सेपरेटली अपार्ट फ्रॉम दोज इंपॉर्टेंट समिट्स, हर साल जो है 2 बार फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स और सेंट्रल बैंक के गवर्नर्स उन रेस्पेक्टिव कंट्रीज के वो मिलते हैं, एजेंडास वगैरह वो डिस्कस करते हैं। तो यहाँ पर अगर आप देखेंगे होलिस्टिकली आपको थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा खासा समझ में आ जाएगा कि किस तरीके से G20 का इजाद हुआ। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं G7 जो कि उस टाइम फ्रेम में 1973-75 के आसपास ऑलरेडी वो डेवलप्ड थे। कनाडा, फ्रांस, जर्मनी, इटली, जापान, यूके और यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका। तो यहाँ पर ये फर्दर लेकर आगे जा रहे थे इंटरनेशनली एक ऐसा इंस्टीट्यूशन बनाने का, एक ऐसा ऑर्डर बनाने का जो सर्वाइव और सस्टेन कर सके। और 1997 में रशिया को भी इसमें इंक्लूड किया गया था और इसे G8 का ग्रुपिंग दिया हुआ था। और फाइनली 1999 में हमें G20 का ग्रुपिंग देखने को मिलता है। तो आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं इन सभी कंट्रीज को कलेक्टिवली G20 का मेंबर कहा जाता है। तो अपार्ट फ्रॉम ऑल दीज G7 और G8 नेशंस, अर्जेंटीना, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, ब्राजील, चाइना, यूरोपियन यूनियन, इंडिया, इंडोनेशिया, मेक्सिको, सऊदी अरेबिया, साउथ अफ्रीका, साउथ कोरिया एंड टर्की आर एक्चुअली द G20 मेंबर्स। तो यूरोपियन यूनियन का भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन हमें यहाँ पर देखने को मिलता है। इसीलिए 19 कंट्रीज प्लस 1 यूरोपियन यूनियन, इन सभी को G20 का ग्रुपिंग कहा जाता है। तो देयर आर फ्यू परमानेंट गेस्ट इनवाइटीज भी जिन्हें रेगुलरली इसके समिट्स में बुलाया जाता है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन बहुत ही जरूरी है। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं अफ्रीकन यूनियन, एशिया, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट क्रूशियल वन अगेन साउथ ईस्ट एशिया में, तो उन्हें भी यहाँ पर एज अ परमानेंट गेस्ट इनवाइटी बुलाया जाता है। फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी बोर्ड, फूड एंड एग्रीकल्चर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ILO, IMF, और खासकर स्पेन की खास बात है, स्पेन इकलौता ऐसा कंट्री है जो परमानेंट गेस्ट इनवाइटी की तरह G20 के समिट्स को हाजिर होता है, वहां पर रिप्रेजेंटेशन देता है। तो बाकी के भी आप देख सकते हैं न्यू पार्टनरशिप फॉर अफ्रीकन डेवलपमेंट, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर इकोनॉमिक कोऑपरेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट, यूनाइटेड नेशंस, वर्ल्ड बैंक ग्रुप, WHO और वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को भी यहाँ पर परमानेंट गेस्ट इनवाइटीज की तरह बुलाया जाता है। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं कि कितना क्रूशियल G20 इनफॉर्मल या फिर G20 ये इंटर गवर्नमेंटल फोरम है। इसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है? अच्छी बात है सर, तो हमें इस तरीके के क्या बाकी के भी कंट्रीज या फिर इस तरीके के ग्रुपिंग्स नहीं है क्या? एशियान भी है, सार्क के भी बारे में हमने बात किया, ऐसे कई हैं। तो इसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है? G20 किस लिए एक प्रोमिनेंट प्लेस रखता है? तो G20 बहुत ही स्ट्रेटेजिक रोल प्ले करता है, खासकर हमारे ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ और प्रॉस्पेरिटी को इंश्योर करने में, सिक्योर हमारे फ्यूचर बनाने में, खासकर एज फार एज आवर इकोनॉमिक स्ट्रेंथ इज कंसर्न। क्योंकि यहाँ पर आप आंकड़े अगर देखें तो G20 मेंबर्स जो जितने भी 19 प्लस 1 यूरोपियन यूनियन है, वो सभी मिलाकर 60% ऑफ द वर्ल्ड पॉपुलेशन को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, 80% ऑफ द ग्लोबल GDP को वो रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं और 75% ऑफ ग्लोबल एक्सपोर्ट्स को वो इकलौते रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। तो आप देख सकते हैं कि किस लिए G20 ग्रुपिंग इतना सिग्निफिकेंट है और पूरी दुनिया जो है वो रुकती है देखने के लिए कि G20 का मीटिंग क्या चल रहा है और वहां पर आउटकम क्या था, एजेंडा क्या था, डिस्कशंस क्या थे। क्योंकि वर्चुअली 2/3 ऑफ द वर्ल्ड का कहीं ना कहीं हम देख सकते हैं इंपॉर्टेंट जो पॉपुलेशन का रिप्रेजेंटेशन हो, ग्लोबल GDP का हो या फिर ग्लोबल एक्सपर्ट्स का हो, वो हमें इन G20 नेशन से ही देखने को मिलता है। और G20 काम किस तरीके से करता है? देखिए, प्रेसिडेंसी जो है वो हर साल रोटेट होती है अमंग ऑल द मेंबर्स। तो 19 जो कंट्रीज हैं और यूरोपियन यूनियन जो है उनके बीच ये प्रेसिडेंसी जो है वो इवॉल्व होती ही रहती है। और खासकर यहाँ पर आपको एक टर्म जानना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, दैट इज ट्रोइका। Troika, with the country that holds the presidency working together with its predecessor and successor are also known as a Troika to ensure the continuity of the agenda. तो हर 3 साल के लिए जो है ऑलरेडी मेंबर्स को चूज किया जाता है, अलग अलग ग्रुपिंग्स होते हैं, मैं आपको उसके बारे में भी बताऊंगा। तो इस ट्रोइका को जो है वो मिलाकर 3 साल के प्रेसिडेंसीज दिए जाते हैं। अब मान लेते हैं कि करेंटली इटली, जिसने पिछले साल ही G20 समिट को होस्ट किया हुआ था 2021, अभी करेंटली 2022 इंडोनेशिया बाली में हो रहा है और 2023 इंडिया न्यू दिल्ली में जो है ये होस्ट होगा। तो इन 3 कंट्रीज को मिलाकर ट्रोइका कहा जाता है। तो एजेंडा जो G20 इटली में सेट करता है वो इंडोनेशिया और इंडिया में भी कंटिन्यू होता है। तो बाद इनके अगेन 3 ट्रोइकास को चूज किया जाता है जो कि फर्दर आगे नेक्स्ट 3 साल के लिए प्रेसिडेंसी होल्ड करेंगे और इंपॉर्टेंट से एजेंडास डिस्कस करेंगे। और G20 का कोई भी परमानेंट सेक्रेटेरिएट नहीं है। हम सार्क की बात करते हैं, एशियान की बात करते हैं, इन सभी के हेडक्वार्टर्स कहीं ना कहीं होते हैं, सेक्रेटेरिएट्स होती है। यहाँ पर परमानेंट सेक्रेटेरिएट नहीं होता, इसीलिए इसे बहुत ही यूनिक और डायनामिक माना जाता है कि जिस कंट्री में जो डिस्कशन होता है या फिर जिस कंट्री ने होस्ट किया हुआ होता है वहां पर नया सा सेक्रेटेरिएट बनाया जाता है, क्योंकि जहां पर वो एजेंडा जो डिस्कशंस किए गए हैं वो उसी कंट्री से ही इनिशिएट किए जाते हैं और वहीं से दे मेक श्योर दैट दे ऑल आर फुलफिल्ड। Agenda and the work coordination is completely by the G20 leaders' personal representatives known as शेरपास। तो हर कंट्री अपने अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को भेजती है चूज करके। तो इंडिया ने अपने शेरपा को जो है पीयूष गोयल साहब को चुनकर भेजा हुआ था, एंड टुगेदर विद फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स एंड सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर्स। तो ये तीनों पोजीशंस बहुत ही क्रूशियल है। रिमेंबर, एक तो शेरपा जो कि रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं उस कंट्री को, ठीक है, वहां पर पर्सनल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स उस G20 लीडर्स के कि मान लेते हैं कि इंडिया में तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी है, तो उन्होंने अपना रिप्रेजेंट देने के लिए कहीं ना कहीं पीयूष गोयल साहब को भेजा हुआ है। एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर निर्मला सीतारमन जी और सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर, हमारे यहाँ तो आरबीआई है सेंट्रल बैंक, तो शक्तिकांता दास साहब, तो ये तीनों बहुत ही क्रूशियल होते हैं इस G20 के वर्क के लिए। तो इसी तरीके से 19 कंट्रीज और यूरोपियन यूनियन भी अपने इस तरीके के रिप्रेजेंटेशंस भेजता है। और प्रेसिडेंसी का सिलेक्शन कैसा होता है, अभी हमने देखा, अच्छी बात है, ट्रॉइका है, हर 3 साल एजेंडा चेंज होते हैं, कंटिन्यूटी के लिए भी अच्छी बात है, लेकिन सिलेक्ट किस तरीके से होते हैं। तो 19 कंट्रीज जो पूरे हैं ना, उन सभी को 5 अलग अलग ग्रुपिंग्स में डिवाइड किया गया है। ऑफ कोर्स यूरोपियन यूनियन जो है वो रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ सेपरेट कंट्रीज है, तो उसे किसी ग्रुपिंग में नहीं रखा गया है। तो ईच हैविंग नो मोर देन 4 कंट्रीज, द प्रेसिडेंसी रोटेट्स बिटवीन ईच ग्रुप एवरी ईयर, द G20 सेलेक्ट्स अ कंट्री फ्रॉम अनदर ग्रुप टू बी प्रेसिडेंट। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं 5 अलग अलग ग्रुपिंग्स अलग अलग रीजन्स को रिप्रेजेंट करते हुए आपको देखे जाएंगे। तो हर ग्रुप में से, अलग अलग ग्रुप में से एक एक कैंडिडेट को पिक किया जाता है, ताकि वो कुमुलेटिवली एक साल के बाद प्रेसिडेंसी चूज की जाए। तो आप देख सकते हैं इंडिया जो है वो ग्रुप 2 का हिस्सा है। तो इस तरीके से इन 5 अलग अलग ग्रुपिंग्स में से, कंट्रीज में से चुने जाते हैं, यानी कि वही खुद चुनते हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि कोई सेपरेट प्रोसेस है, वही कंट्रीज ही चुनते हैं अपने बीच में से कि कौन जो है वो नेक्स्ट रिप्रेजेंटेशन देगा। तो अब तक जो है जो जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट से G20 समिट्स हैं उन सभी के बारे में हम थोड़ा बहुत देखते हैं। तो सबसे पहला, जैसे कि आप सभी को पता है, वॉशिंगटन डीसी में हुआ था, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका, फॉलोड बाय यूके लंदन, एंड देन थर्ड समिट जो था वो अगेन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स पिट्सबर्ग में हुआ था, फोर्थ कनाडा टोरंटो में हुआ था, फिफ्थ समिट जो था वो साउथ कोरिया सियोल में हुआ था, सिक्स्थ फ्रांस कैनिस, सेवेंथ मेक्सिको में था, और एट्थ रशिया सेंट पीटर्सबर्ग में हुआ था, नाइन्थ ऑस्ट्रेलिया ब्रिस्बेन, 10th टर्की में हुआ था, और 11th जो था वो चाइना ग्वांगझो में हुआ था, 12th G20 समिट जर्मनी में था, और 13th G20 समिट अर्जेंटीना में था, 14th जापान ओसाका में था, 15th सऊदी अरेबिया रियाद में था, और 16th इटली रोम में हुआ था हाल ही में ही। तो हर G20 समिट में कहीं ना कहीं कोई ना कोई इंपॉर्टेंट से डिक्लेरेशंस और डिसीजंस लिए ही गए थे। तो बहुत ही क्रूशियल हैं ये सभी समिट्स। तो अभी एज ऑफ नो 2022 के लिए जो कि 17th समिट चलने वाला है, वो इंडोनेशिया होस्ट कर रहा है करेंटली, विच इज इन बाली। तो 2023 के लिए जो कि इंडिया जो है जिसने होस्टशिप एक्ट की हुई है, तो वो मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली न्यू दिल्ली में हो सकता है। तो इससे रिलेटेड अभी जैसे कि मैंने वीडियो के पहले में आपको कहा कि हाल ही में ही कैबिनेट के इंपॉर्टेंट से डिसीजंस लिए गए थे कि सेक्रेटेरिएट कहां पर होगा, कौन कौन क्या क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज लेगा, वो सभी एलोकेट और असाइन किए गए हैं 2023 के लिए। और 2024 के लिए भी एक्सपेक्टेड है ब्राजील। अभी कुछ फुल फ्लेश कहा नहीं गया है, क्योंकि जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि ट्रॉइका यहाँ पर तीन कंट्रीज जो मिलकर काम करते हैं। तो 19th समिट जो है वो एक्सपेक्टेड 2024 ब्राजील कर सकता है, और 2025 के लिए साउथ अफ्रीका कर सकता है। एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम द लीडर लेवल, हाईएस्ट लेवल जो के समिट्स ऑलरेडी चलते हैं, जहां पर कंट्रीज के प्रेसिडेंट से प्राइम मिनिस्टर जाते हैं, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट मिनिस्टीरियल लेवल मीटिंग्स भी यहां पर होते हैं। तो 1999 में सबसे पहली बार फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स एंड सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर्स की मीटिंग स्टार्ट हुई थी। ऑफकोर्स सबसे पहला स्पार्क यहीं से आता है, क्योंकि हाईएस्ट पॉलिटिकल लेवल मीटिंग जो शुरू हुए थे वो 2008 से हुए थे रेगुलरली। तो 1999 से ही फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स और सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर्स के मीटिंग स्टार्ट हुए थे, मिनिस्ट्रियल लेवल मीटिंग्स। 2010 में से और थोड़ा एक्सपेंड करके लेबर और एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिनिस्टर्स के भी मीटिंग्स रखे गए थे G20 कंट्रीज के। 2017 में फॉरेन मिनिस्टर्स लेवल मीटिंग्स भी रखे गए थे, और 2012 से ट्रेड मिनिस्टर्स या फिर कॉमर्स मिनिस्टर्स जो होते हैं उनसे रिलेटेड भी G20 मिनिस्ट्रियल लेवल मीटिंग्स रखे गए थे, और सिंस देन कंटिन्यूअसली वो चलते ही रहे हैं, और चंद इंपॉर्टेंट से डिस्कशंस वहां पर भी होते रहे हैं। And apart from all these ministerial level meetings and apart from all these highest political level meetings, G20 engagement groups भी मेंटेन करता है। आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं कि बिजनेस ग्रुप्स को, बिजनेस इंटरेस्ट ग्रुप्स को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए भी जो है वो B20 ग्रुप बनाया गया था। ठीक है, 2008 में से स्टैब्लिश किया गया था, और 2010 में से रिकॉग्नाइजेशन मिला हुआ था। तो लेबर से रिलेटेड भी ट्रेड यूनियंस और अदर एम्प्लॉइज रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स, यानी कि यहाँ पर इन 20 कंट्रीज या फिर इन 19 कंट्रीज और यूरोपियन यूनियन के जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं बिजनेस के, वो वहां एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप्स की तरह वहां पर आते हैं। सिमिलरली यहाँ पर भी सेशंस और समिट्स चलते हैं। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं YL20 जो था वो 2008 में फाउंड किया गया था, और उसे रिकॉग्नाइजेशन 2011 में मिला था। C20 दैट इज सिविल सोसाइटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जो एनजीओ होते हैं इन 20 कंट्रीज में, उनके लिए भी एक फोरम बनाया गया था, फिर एक एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप, जो कि 2013 में इसे रिकॉग्नाइजेशन मिला हुआ था। यूथ के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स के लिए भी वही 20 एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप बनाया गया था। थिंक टैंक्स, जो ग्लोबल थिंक टैंक्स होते हैं खासकर हमारे G20 कंट्रीज के, उनके लिए भी एक एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप बनाया गया था। वुमेन, खासकर वुमेन के रिप्रेजेंटेशन के लिए, वुमेन राइट्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के लिए भी जो है 2015 में W20 एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप एस्टेब्लिश किया गया था, YES20 फॉर साइंस एंड रिसर्च रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स, एंड फाइनली U20 फॉर अर्बन रिप्रेजेंटेशंस, जो कि मेयर्स और गवर्नर्स होते हैं मेजर अर्बन सिटीज के। G20 में जितने भी मेजर बड़े बड़े अर्बन सिटीज हैं उन सभी के गवर्नर्स और मेयर्स के रिप्रेजेंटेशन के लिए वहां पर एंगेजमेंट के लिए G20 एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप्स बनाए गए। तो आप देख सकते हैं कि किस लिए G20 इतना सिग्निफिकेंट माना जाता है। और फिर हम एक बार देखते हैं कि इसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है, किस किस तरीके से ये काम करने की कोशिश करता है, क्यों ये सबसे हटकर है। स्ट्रेंथनिंग फाइनेंशियल रेगुलेशंस, ऑफ कोर्स 75% ग्लोबल एक्सपोर्ट्स हम देख सकते हैं, अच्छा खासा जीडीपी का रिप्रेजेंटेशन दुनिया का यहाँ पर देखने को मिलता है। तो फाइनेंशियल रेगुलेशंस को ज्यादा से ज्यादा हम स्ट्रेंथन कर सकते हैं इनकी मदद से। कोऑर्डिनेटेड फिजिकल एंड मॉनिटरी स्टिमुलस, मैंने आपको कई बार कहा कि फिजिकल जब वर्ड है इट इज रिलेटेड विद फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री, और मॉनिटरी जब वर्ड है तो इट इज रिलेटेड विद सेंट्रल बैंक और आरबीआई। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं कि कंट्री में भी, इंडिविजुअल कंट्री में भी जो टैंडम होता है, जो फिजिकल फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री और जो उसकी सेंट्रल बैंक के बीच, वो भी कोऑर्डिनेट हो सही तौर पर, उसका स्टिमुलस भी आगे बढ़ता रहे। क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो मेजर डिसीजंस लिए जाते हैं वो इंडिविजुअल लेवल पर कंट्रीज में ही तो उन्हें फुलफिल किया जाता है। और सबसे अच्छी बात G20 की यह है कि ये फ्लेक्सिबल है और इंक्लूसिव है। नो डाउट हर साल प्रेसिडेंसी अलग अलग कंट्रीज के पास जाती है, हर 3 साल में एक बार एजेंडा चेंज किए जाते हैं, तो बहुत अच्छी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी और सभी का इंक्लूसिवनेस भी हमें यहाँ पर देखने को मिलता है। क्योंकि जो कंट्री होस्ट करता है वहीं पर सेक्रेटेरिएट बनाया जाता है और वहीं पर से जो इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजंस वहां पर लिए गए हैं वहीं से उसका काम शुरू होता है। लेंडिंग में भी बहुत ही जबरदस्त इंक्रीज हुआ है, क्योंकि सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट टारगेट जो G20 के कंट्रीज ने रखा हुआ था वो इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस को रीस्ट्रक्चर ही करना था। यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं रिफॉर्म्स भी लाए गए थे, IMF, वर्ल्ड बैंक जैसी इंपॉर्टेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस में भी। डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज को भी बहुत ही जबरदस्त सा स्कोप मिला हुआ था यहाँ पर लेंडिंग्स वगैरह के लिए भी, ताकि वो भी आगे बढ़ सके। ट्रेड फैसिलिटेशन अग्रीमेंट्स कई साइन किए गए, क्योंकि G20 कंट्रीज जब समिट्स में मिलते हैं तो वहां पर हम देख सकते हैं इंडिविजुअल कंट्रीज भी एक दूसरे के साथ ट्रेड फैसिलिटेशन अग्रीमेंट्स भी साइन कर सकते हैं। तो ओवरऑल ट्रेड और इकोनॉमिक इन्फ्लुएंस भी बहुत जबरदस्त सा होता है। एंड द वन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज इट इज टू बिग टू फेल। अभी हमने जितने भी आंकड़े ऊपर देखे हुए थे, 60% ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन रिप्रेजेंट करता है, इंपोर्ट्स और एक्सपोर्ट्स इसके किस तरीके से है, तो ये बहुत ही बड़ा है फेल होने के लिए। यानी कि दैट वेरी ह्यूजनेस इटसेल्फ इज मोर देन इनफ कि ये रेसिलिएंट एक ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म है या फिर एक रेसिलिएंट इंटर गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है कहने के लिए। और चंद इंपॉर्टेंट से इश्यूज जो अब तक G20 ने एड्रेस किए हुए थे, फाइनेंशियल मार्केट से रिलेटेड चंद इंपॉर्टेंट से डिसीजंस लिए गए थे, टैक्स और फिजिकल पॉलिसी से रिलेटेड भी इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजंस लिए गए थे, ट्रेड, एग्रीकल्चर, एम्प्लॉयमेंट, एनर्जी, करप्शन, वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट, एजेंडा 2030, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंटल गोल्स जिन्हें हम कहते हैं, क्लाइमेट चेंज, ग्लोबल हेल्थ और एंटी टेररिज्म पर भी मेजर इश्यूज जो थे उन सभी के बारे में G20 के अलग अलग समिट्स में हमने डिस्कशन देखे हुए थे। और सिंस कोविड तो ग्लोबल हेल्थ तो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट सा रोल प्ले कर रहा है। और इंडिया जो कि 2023 का होस्ट होने वाला है, तो कौन से प्रायोरिटी के एरियाज हम देख सकते हैं जो कि इंडिया ने ऑलरेडी डिसाइड किया हुआ है, या फिर इंडिया इन पर फोकस जरूर कर सकता है। टैक्स एवेशन से रिलेटेड इश्यूज हम हाईलाइट यहाँ पर कर सकते हैं। एक कंट्री से दूसरे कंट्रीज में टैक्स एवेशन बहुत ही हमें ज्यादा देखने को मिलता है। फाइट अगेंस्ट करप्शन के खिलाफ भी हम आवाज उठा सकते हैं। और तीसरा सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो कि हर जगह पर सिंस प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जी हैज कम, इन्होंने बहुत ही कोशिश की हुई है ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म पर इस इश्यू को लाने की, दैट इज टेरर फंडिंग एंड स्टेट स्पॉन्सर्ड टेररिज्म। क्योंकि इंडिया खुद प्रॉब्लम फेस कर चुका है इससे, तो ये भी हमारे लिए एक अच्छा कॉन्सेप्ट हो सकता है यहाँ पर हाईलाइट करने के लिए। कटिंग द कॉस्ट ऑफ रेमिटेंसेस, ऑफ कोर्स वन ऑफ द मोस्ट मेजर माइग्रेंट्स जो हमें देखने को मिलते हैं। ऑफ कोर्स ये कहावत भी है कि पूरी दुनिया में आपको हर कोने में कहीं ना कहीं एक चाइनीज और एक इंडियन देखने को मिलेंगे, तो जाहिर सी बात है कि ग्लोबल रेमिटेंस से रिलेटेड भी हम थोड़ा बहुत कॉस्ट कट करवा सकते हैं। और फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री भी हमारी टैप करने का यहाँ पर बहुत ही सुनहरा मौका है हमें। की ड्रग्स पर हम मार्केट एक्सेस के लिए भी बात कर सकते हैं। रिफॉर्म्स इन इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, ऑफ कोर्स ये तो एक्टिवली ऑलरेडी चल रहा है, लेकिन फिर भी हम ब्रिक्स का भी हिस्सा है, तो वहां पर न्यू डेवलपमेंट बैंक हम देख सकते हैं। तो इस तरीके से नए बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस और ऑलरेडी जो इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस चल रहे हैं उन पर भी हम रिफॉर्म्स लाने की बात कर सकते हैं। और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट सी चीज, रियल एक्शन ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज। तो जितने भी कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ पार्टीज चलते हैं UNFCCC के, वहां पर बड़ी बड़ी प्रोमिसेस जरूर किए जाते हैं, लेकिन रियल एक्शन वहां पर नहीं होता। तो इंडिया ने भी ऑफ कोर्स हाल ही में जो कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ पार्टीज 26 ग्लासगो में हुआ था, वहां पर प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जी ने 5 प्लेजेस दिए हुए थे। तो हम इस तरीके के इश्यूज भी वहां पर हाईलाइट कर सकते हैं कि वी डोंट नीड द टॉक, वी नीड द वर्क। चैलेंजेस क्या क्या है ओवरऑल G20 ग्रुपिंग में अगर हम बात कर सके? नो एनफोर्समेंट मैकेनिज्म, बिल्कुल यहाँ पर हम डिस्कशंस तो जरूर चलाते हैं, लेकिन उसे एनफोर्स किस तरीके से करेंगे ये मैकेनिज्म हमने अब तक नहीं बनाया G20 में। नॉट लीगली बाइंडिंग। आज के जमाने में जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट ग्रुपिंग्स, इंपॉर्टेंट इंटर गवर्नमेंटल फॉरम्स, प्लेटफॉर्म्स हम देखते हैं, सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम जो वो फेस करते हैं इज एक्चुअली द वॉलेंटरी नेचर ऑफ देयर अग्रीमेंट्स। वहां पर अग्रीमेंट्स तो साइन किए जाते हैं, बड़े बड़े बातें तो वहां पर की जाती है, लेकिन वो लीगली बाइंडिंग नहीं होती, यानी कि वो रिकमेंडेटरी नेचर पर होती हैं। तो ये नहीं होना चाहिए मोस्टली। ग्लोबल हेल्थ को सिक्योर करना, ऑफ कोर्स पोस्ट कोविड तो सबसे बड़ा हर्डल, अगर नॉट जस्ट G20, दुनिया के आगे अगर कुछ था तो वो ग्लोबल हेल्थ को सिक्योर करना था। रिफ्यूलिंग और फ्यूलिंग इकोनॉमिक रिकवरी, एंड ऑफ कोर्स पोस्ट कोविड जो कि कंटिन्यूस लॉकडाउन वगैरह पड़ रहे थे, तो इकोनॉमिक रिकवरी जैसे कि रिसिलियंट इकोनॉमी की हम बात करते हैं कि जितनी मांग उसे बढ़ेगी उतना ही ज्यादा और उतना ही जल्दी वो बाउंस बैक करेगा। तो इस तरीके की इकोनॉमिक रिकवरी के बारे में क्या सोचेगा G20? डिजिटल रेवोल्यूशन की हम बात करते हैं, ऑफ कोर्स थोड़ा वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में अच्छी बात है कि वहां पर इंटरनेट कनेक्शन हो या फिर डिजिटल लिटरेसी ज्यादा हो, लेकिन जब हम ईस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर की ज्यादातर जब हम बात करते हैं, क्योंकि इस ग्रुपिंग में हम इंडिया, सऊदी अरेबिया, इस तरीके की कंट्रीज भी देखते हैं, तो वहां पर डिजिटल रेवोल्यूशन हम कैसे लाएंगे? क्लाइमेट चेंज रिस्क सबसे बड़ा एज ऑफ नाउ। अभी हाल ही में भी इंटर गवर्नमेंटल पैनल ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज के रिपोर्ट्स भी आए हुए थे, तो उसे किस तरीके से डील करेगा, ये वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चैलेंजेस है। इसके आगे प्लास्टिक से रिलेटेड भी हम मुहिम चला रहे हैं, तो लेट अस वेट एंड वॉच। और ग्लोबल फ्रेमवर्क फॉर टैक्स रिफॉर्म, स्पेसिफिकली जो कि अभी हमने देखा कि टैक्स एवेजन जैसे प्रॉब्लम्स भी हम फेस कर रहे हैं, तो ग्लोबल फ्रेमवर्क की बहुत ही जरूरत है टैक्स रिफॉर्म्स के लिए, जो यूनानिमसली ये सभी G20 कंट्रीज एक्सेप्ट करेंगे और ये लीगली बाइंडिंग होनी चाहिए। तो वे अहेड क्या हो सकता है इसका? टिल नाउ अगर सच बताएं तो G20 व्हेन कंपेयर्ड विद अदर रीजनल ग्रुपिंग्स या फिर अदर इंटर गवर्नमेंटल फोरम्स बहुत ही सही ट्रैक पर जा रहा है। कंसिस्टेंसी वो मेंटेन कर रहा है, क्योंकि बाकी अभी सार्क के बारे में भी हमने एक वीडियो बनाया हुआ, अगर आपने नहीं देखा तो आप एक बार जाकर जरूर देखें, तो वहां पर भी हमने देखा कंसिस्टेंसी ही नहीं थी वहां पर। तो इस तरीके का काम G20 में हमें नहीं देखने को मिल रहा है। कंसिस्टेंसी वो लोग मेंटेन कर रहे हैं और इंपॉर्टेंट से डिसीजंस ले रहे हैं, और इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजंस ले भी रहे हैं इवन दो दे माइट नॉट बी लीगली बाइंडिंग, लेकिन ज्यादा से ज्यादा वो उन्हें फॉलो करने की कोशिश भी कर रहे हैं। दूसरा सबसे मोर इंपॉर्टेंट वे अहेड जो होगा, स्टडी ऑफ चेंजिंग डिमांड फॉर स्किल्स। ऑफ कोर्स स्किल्स हैव बीन वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट फॉर डिस्कशन एंड डिबेट। इंडिया जैसा एक कंट्री जो कि सेकंड टॉप मोस्ट पॉपुलेटेड कंट्री है, लेकिन वहां पर स्किल के लेवल्स बहुत ही कम है, लगभग 40 से 45% के आसपास ही है जिनके पास एडिक्वेट स्किल है एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए। तो G20 नेशंस किस तरीके से इस पर काम करेगा? मोस्टली दिस कैन बी द नेक्स्ट वे अहेड। और टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशंस पर थोड़ा बहुत फोकस करेंगे तो बहुत ही अच्छा हो सकता है। इंडस्ट्री में इनोवेशन के लिए खासकर जो है पॉलिसीज वो बना सकते हैं, और इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट से रिलेटेड भी चंद इंपॉर्टेंट से डिस्कशंस करेंगे तो बहुत ही अच्छा होगा। और रीडिफाइन करने की हमें जरूरत है कि अरीना क्या क्या होंगे कोऑपरेशन के। ऑफकोर्स हमने देखा कि अंडर द अर्थ जो कुछ भी मिल रहा है वो सभी के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। हाँ, माना कि G20 एक फाइनेंस रिलेटेड, एक टैक्सेशन रिलेटेड, इस तरीके से इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड है, लेकिन यहाँ पर क्लाइमेट चेंज की भी हम बात कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर हम ग्लोबल हेल्थ की भी वगैरह की भी बात कर रहे हैं। तो रीडिफाइन करने की जरूरत है कि अरीनास क्या क्या होंगे कोऑपरेशन के और किस तरीके से होंगे। और सबसे आखिर में जो सबसे कंसोलिडेटेड एक वे अहेड जो G20 के लिए जो देखने को मिलता है, दैट इज लेस टॉक एंड मोर एक्शन। रेगुलरली वो मिल जरूर रहे हैं, एजेंडा सेट कर रहे हैं, रेगुलरली फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स वगैरह की भी मीटिंग हो रही है, लेकिन एक्शन कितना हुआ है उस पर? लीगली बाइंडिंग एग्रीमेंट्स क्यों नहीं हो रहे हैं? तो ये थी चंद बातें आपको जाननी थी ग्रुप ऑफ 20 या फिर G20 इंटर गवर्नमेंटल ग्रुपिंग के बारे में।
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. We are so excited to have you here with us today. Today we are in the G20 Youth Cabinet. Our topics are incredible and so on point for the world that we're living in today. It's a paradigm shift from women and youth development to women youth-led development. And we want to invite all youth, all students, and all educators to be with us today. Our topics today are G20 and Power Alliance, Women and SMEs as Drivers of Economic Growth, Gender Equality Enforcement, Advancing Women in Leadership, Building in Digital Resilience, Accelerating Women's Safety and Security, the YUGA YUVA Go Global, Making Sustainability a Way of Life, Climate Change and Disaster Risk Reduction, Innovation and the 21st Century Skills. We also will be talking about Future of Work, Industry 4.0, ushering in a new era of no war, and we'll be talking about, and most importantly, youth and democracy. We have incredible community partners that allow us to be here with you every week. IIU is a leading virtual education system, and it's a global brand corporation. It's renowned for its innovative programs and commitment to providing quality education for all. By doing this, anybody who has a device at fingertips and sometimes Wi-Fi will be able to learn and actually get the education that they need to join the 21st century workforce. Under the visionary leadership of Mr. Piyush Pandit, a dedicated social activist and passionate educationist, IIU has rapidly grown and expanded its reach across 6 continents. This remarkable growth is a testament to IIU's trusted reputation and its mission to offer accessible, inclusive, and diverse education for any student, any e-learner around the globe. Our other amazing community partner is GSFN, the Global Sustainable Finance Network. It's a voluntary membership-based global initiative launched by the European Organization for Sustainable Development and the Association of Development Financing Institutions in Asia and the Pacific. Their mission is to promote sustainable finance through initiatives that provide growth opportunities to its members, enhance their capacities, and also foster innovation. The objectives at GSFN have been established as: 1, provide a common platform that all its members and financial institutions can benefit from. 2, support its members in developing capacities to integrate sustainability into their work. 3, foster initiatives that help build public-private partnerships, promoting sustainable lending and investment. 4, offer networking opportunities to member financial institutions, multilateral organizations, government bodies, business and government stakeholders. 5, they provide a forum to support the development and the execution of sustainable finance. They also present a marketplace for members to promote their sustainable finance ideas, their expertise, products, and services. They perform any other task that promotes sustainable finance. Our other amazing, and I have to say, huge group that really helps us get this message across with youth speakers that are so in tune with what's relevant in the world today is IGEN. Our 74 million young Americans born between 1995 and 2012 comprise the most important generation in the nation's history, both in size and composition. 1 out of 4 Americans from ages 5 to 22 have been collectively dubbed an IGENer, for the internet generation. Not only has it become the largest social cohort, outnumbering millennials and baby boomers, the IGEN generation is also the most ethnically diverse generation compared to any other predecessor. There lays their importance in this conversation. We also have with us the International R&D Group. They facilitate and promote all technical and non-technical research and development. It gives all people of the world and universe a platform to expose and show their R&D, talents, and creativity, their cultural or educational growth and surveys. They facilitate research and the dissemination of policy issues across the country and across the globe. The The International R&D Group is associated with more than 292 international journals across India and across the world, more than 1,000 of these international journals. The International R&D Group is promoting social science, engineering, technology, management research by organizing an international national talent conference, workshop, model exhibition, guest lecturers, intellectual meets, employment skills, education, etc. As you can see, it gives all people of the world and the universe a platform to expose and show their R&D creativity. This is why we truly believe in our amazing community partners. Today, we are in the G20 Summit Youth Cabinet. The G20 Summit is an annual international forum that convenes leaders from the most significant global economies to address and discuss the economic challenges that affect the world. The forum provides an exceptional platform for dialogue and collaboration among these countries. The summit's primary objective is to develop and implement policies to enhance financial stability and promote sustainable growth. The G20 is a critical event where leaders convene. They engage in crucial discussions, trade, investment, innovation, and international cooperation. The summit also offers a unique opportunity for leaders to establish and strengthen their relationships with their global counterparts. Think of it as a networking for the globe, fostering a more cohesive and prosperous global community. The countries involved in the G20 summit as members of the G20 are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Republic of Korea, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States, the European Union, which is represented by the President of the European Commission and the President of the European Council. The objectives of the G20 are varied. Some of the key objectives include economic growth, promoting sustainable balanced economic growth globally. Number two, international trade, enhancing international trade and investment to foster job creation and economic development. Number three, financial stability, strengthening the stability and resilience of the international financial system. Four, sustainable development. We address global challenges, including climate change, poverty eradication, and sustainable development. Infrastructure investment, promoting infrastructure development and support for growth and connectivity around the world. Digital economy, advancing digitalization, and harnessing the potential of new technologies for inclusive growth, making sure that connectivity is available to anyone around the world. Employment and education, creating opportunities for quality jobs and ensuring access to education and skill development. Global health, collaborating with global health challenges, including pandemic and access to affordable health care. The NGOs and online organizations are crucial in supporting the summit's success. And this is what we do here with this event that we do every week for you. We contribute in several ways, such as advocacy. The NGOs and online organizations raise awareness about key issues and advocate for specific policies and action. Number two, we research and we talk about and facilitate the analysis. We provide valuable research, data, and analysis on various global stages and most importantly, their challenges, assisting policymakers in making informed decisions. We also create the partnerships. NGOs and online organizations collaborate with government, business, and other stakeholders to implement projects and initiatives that align with the summit's objective. Grassroots engagement. These organizations engage with local communities and their leaders, amplifying their voices and addressing their needs. Knowledge sharing. NGOs and online organizations like IIU and all GSFN and IGEN and our other friends of R&D, we make sure that to facilitate the knowledge sharing capacity, building capacity through workshops, conferences, and online platforms, supporting the exchange of best practices and innovative solutions. As you can see, everybody should be participating in our events every week. Every Sunday, we will be here. We want to listen and we want to hear what our youth and our young speakers have to say, and the experts that will be here to summarize and impart their knowledge and wisdom in every conversation. So thank you all for being with us today. We officially begin this amazing event, and I would like to pass it over to Dr. Srividhya Sukumar, who is the amazing manager, director, and the brain behind everything that we do here today. Welcome, Dr. Srividhya.
Thank you, Dr. Virginia. That was a wonderful start and a beautiful introduction as usual. Briefing about G20, briefing about our community partners, and our rationale of having this particular podium or the platform for all the youngsters, for the younger generation. As Dr. Virginia was rightfully mentioning, so IGEN Global, along with the community partners of GSFN, IGEN Global, and R&D Creativity University and UCLA, developed this novel initiative, G20 International Youth Cabinet, to cohort channels and to open its doors to the younger generation from diverse backgrounds worldwide. This platform invites students as participants to present insights and inferences contributing to UNESCO's sustainable goals. This initiative aims to address the following agenda, and the contributions made by the youth will help to shape the program's outcomes and definitely will be added into the think tank initiative of the UNESCO and the US councils. On that note, our preamble says that this agenda is an action plan for the people, planet, and prosperity. It also seeks to strengthen the universal peace in a larger freedom. We recognize that eradicating poverty in all its forms and dimensions, including extreme poverty, is the greatest global challenge, and it is an indispensable requirement for sustainable development. All countries and all stakeholders acting in collaborative partnership will implement this plan, as Dr. Virginia was rightfully mentioning about the corporate initiatives and also with the government authorities and the NGOs who are working to implement this. So we are determined to take a bold and transformative steps to shift the world onto the sustainable resilient path. As we embark on this collective and collaborative journey, we pledge that no one will be left behind. Every single voice will be heard and should be heard, such that this platform opens the doors for all the younger generation, people like you, to talk about the 17 Sustainable Developmental Goals and the 169 targets that we are announcing today demonstrate the scale and the ambition of this new universal agenda. These youngsters will seek to build on the Millennium Developmental Goals as well as they compete what of these did not achieve. They seek to realize the human rights and achieve gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls and also the youth across the globe. So these idealists are integrated into an indivisible balance between the three dimensions of the sustainable development of economic, social, and environmental requirements, or the projects or the targets as we call it. So moving forward, we are here united on this platform of G20 International Youth Cabinet to talk about the goals and targets that will stimulate for over next 15 years in the areas of critical importance of humanity and the planet, which goes in the five headers or 5 P's, which we have kept as a vision for this G20 Youth Cabinet. People, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. This is going to be the vision that all our youngsters are going to have it, and they are all called as the cabinet ministers who are going to implement this. So moving further, we do have our vision, which works on the SDG P9 sustainability paradigms as we talk about peace, prosperity, partnership, policies, protection, principles, and it goes on, and the list goes endless, as we know, as we come back to people, planet, and practices, and also about the Other than principles, more than anything, what is very important is the partnership, which for collaboration of peace and the protection towards sustainable and safe living. So, on that note, today we are gathered here on this platform to welcome all our speakers to talk on a paradigm shift on women's development to women-led development. On the first note, we are going to talk about G20 Empower Alliance, women in SMEs as drivers of economic growth, gender equality enforcement, advancing women in leadership, building digital resilience for women, accelerating women's safety and security, and YUGA YUVA, which goes global, talks about the presidency of youth empowerment, that's leadership and partnership that goes global, where our main optimum is that youth are not going to be job seekers, they are going to be job givers as such, making sustainability a way of life, climate change and disaster reduction, innovation of first century skills, future of work for Industry 4.0, ushering an era of no war and peace, and youth and democracy and governance. On that note, we open this forum to all the youngsters and the mentors who have joined us on this platform. Moving ahead, let me take this opportunity to welcome the first speaker with us. So we are going to welcome Mr. Rayfin Ribeiro, who is a PhD holder from Brazil, who's law at University Gama, and he's going to speak upon making sustainability a way of life.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a PowerPoint to share. I think I need authorization to share.
Share the screen? Yes.
Yes. For me, it's disable participant screen sharing.
It is being looked into and they are going to help you with that. I'm sure Mr. Niranjan will help you with that. Niranjan, can we activate participant sharing? Okay. Yes.
Oh, now it's perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Well, first of all, I would like to say my thanks to Dr. Sukumar, Dr. Rivera, and to all my colleagues and friends who are in this virtual session. I'm very pleased to be in this group of 20 International Youth Cabinet. Well, today I am going to talk about making sustainability a way of life. Well, let's go. Okay. Making sustainability a way of life is a transformative journey that involves conscious choice and mindful actions to preserve our planet for future generations. Embracing sustainability goes beyond adopting eco-friendly habits. It requires a fundamental shift in our mindset and daily routines. This involves minimizing our ecological footprint by reducing waste, conserving energy, and supporting ethical practices. Individuals can contribute to making sustainability a way of life by opting for renewable energy sources, practicing mindful consumption, and embracing a circular economy. Businesses play a pivotal role by integrating eco-friendly practices into their operations, from resourcing materials
responsibly to implementing energy efficient technologies. Education also plays a key in fostering a sustainable, instilling values that prioritize environmental stewardship.
వచ్చేసారా సార్ అయితే
Okay, and the government.
Sorry.
Mr. Rivera, let me stop you so we can mute everybody and then
Dr. Kanyan, Dr. Kanyan, can you please mute yourself?
అదంటే సార్ నేను ప్రెజెంటేషన్ చేసినప్పుడు నేను నా వెనకాల అది నేను పెట్టుకోవాలంటే సార్ అంటే మీ ఇష్టం అని అన్నారు సార్ కానీ నేను
Thank you very much. Let's continue. Governments and policy makers can further encourage sustainable practices through legislation and promoting green initiatives. Making sustainability a way of life involves incorporating eco-friendly practices into various aspects of daily life, as for examples. The first one, green transportation. Choose for walking, cycling, or using public transportation to reduce carbon emissions. Consider electric or mixed vehicles for a more sustainable commute. Waste reduction. Embrace the principles of reduce, reuse, and recycle. Minimize single-use plastics, compost organic waste, and choose products with minimal packaging. Energy efficiency. Conserve energy by using energy efficient appliances, turning off lights when not needed, and utilizing natural light. Invest in renewable energy sources such as solar panels for home electricity. Sustainable diet. Choose locally resourced, organic, and seasonal foods to reduce the environmental impact of food production. Consider adopting a plant-based diet to lower the carbon footprint associated with meat production. Water conservation. Use water wisely by fixing leaks, collecting rainwater, and practicing water-saving habits. Consider installing water-efficient appliances. The next one, it's ethical consumerism. Support companies that prioritize sustainability, fair trade, and ethical practices. Choose products made from reprocessed materials and support business committed to reducing their environmental impact. Community engagement. That's very important because it is needed to participate in local sustainability initiatives, community gardens, or environmental cleanup events. Foster a sense of collective responsibility for the well-being of the community and the planet. Minimalism. Embrace a minimalist lifestyle by streamlining and consuming mindfully, focus on quality over quantity, reducing unnecessary possessions that contribute to overconsumption. Education and advocacy stay informed about environmental issues and share knowledge with others. Advocate for sustainable practices in your community and support policies that promote environmental conservation. And we also have green building practices. If building or renovating, consider sustainable construction materials, energy efficient designs, and green building certifications to create an eco-friendly living space. Well, to my conclusions, by incorporating these practices into everyday life, individuals contribute to the broader goal of making sustainability a guiding principle in personal choices, in the end, fostering a more ecologically conscious and resilient society. Well, thank you very much. As I said before, always a great pleasure to be here.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Yes.
That was wonderful. And I think it's the great way to start because it makes us responsible. Everything that you said is in our hands. We need to take action. We need to make the decision that we're going to integrate sustainability into our life. And, many times we feel so foreign to things that happen. In this case, we have and we are in the driver's seat. We can make a difference. And I think it's so crucial for the well-being of the planet and for future generations. You talked about adopting practices and habits that minimize the harm to the environment. These are not difficult. These are actually quite easy. So by integrating sustainability into our daily lives, we can reduce our carbon footprint, we can promote eco-friendly practices, we can conserve energy. These, like I said before, like you so easily pointed out, we can make these decisions and we can also recycle, we can reduce waste, we can use circular economy, we can talk about really integrating renewable energy and opting for sustainable products from ethical vendors and suppliers. I think that it's our responsibility, and you pointed it so poignantly, to create a sustainable lifestyle. It means that we have to be mindful of our consumption patterns. And are we making the right decisions, not only for me, but for future generations? So I thank you because it was so clear and so succinct. And I think the perfect beginning for our wonderful event. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Delton. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Delton and Dr. Virginia. That gave the program a very good start. Moving ahead, we are coming to today's topic, talking about women in SMEs as drivers of economic growth. Women in SMEs as drivers of economic growth will be presented today on this platform by Ms. Alia Ayub Khan. Ms. Alia Ayub Khan. Ms. Alia, are you ready? Can we go ahead?
Yes,
She's
yes,
a
ma'am, I'm
student
ready.
speaker. Yeah, she's a student speaker who has joined us on this platform today. And she is representing IIU. That's really great having you, Ms. Alia. So
Thank you, ma'am.
the floor is all yours. Please go ahead. You can start sharing your screen and you can start your presentation. Thank you.
Sure, just give me a second. Just a minute.
Can we support you, Alaya?
Alia, is it taking time for you, dear? Yeah, she's
I'm
done.
just, I'm doing just a moment, please.
Sure.
So is it visible?
It is visible, quite visible.
Because
Yeah, I think you can go ahead. Yes, Alia,
All
please.
right. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to present this in front of you all. The topic of my presentation was how are women changing the industry of medium and small scale enterprises. So, first of all, the indispensable role of women in small and medium enterprises, catalyst for economic growth. As an introduction, I would like to say, in the realm of small and medium enterprises, women play an indispensable role that goes beyond mere participation. They are catalysts for economic growth, bringing forth innovation, resilience, and a unique perspective that drives businesses forward. This article delves into invaluable contributions of women in SMEs, shedding light on their transformative power and the key challenges they face. Definition of small and medium enterprises. Small and medium enterprises are defined as businesses with certain number of employees and annual revenue, varying across countries. These enterprises are the backbone of many economies, providing opportunities for entrepreneurship and employment. Recognizing the importance of SMEs and understanding their distinct characteristics is crucial for formulating policies and strategies that support their growth and sustainability. Overview of women's participation in SMEs. I would like to shed light on the condition of the women in our country, India. Women play a crucial role in driving the growth and success of small and medium enterprises. SMEs, 1.38 lakh projects have been set up by the women. Entrepreneurs under Prime Minister's Employment Generation Programs schemes since inception and up to 23rd January 2019. The projects set up by women entrepreneurs are about 30% of the total projects set up under PMEGP, that is this program. Women bring unique perspectives, skills, and capabilities to SMEs, contributing to innovation, diversity, and economic empowerment. By empowering women in SMEs, we can create a more inclusive and prosperous economy. Importance of women's role in SMEs. Women's participation in SMEs has a significant impact on economic growth. Studies have shown that SMEs owned or led by women tend to be more profitable and resilient. Additionally, women in SMEs often prioritize social and environmental sustainability, fostering a more responsible and ethical business ecosystem. Therefore, empowering women in SMEs is not only a matter of gender equality, but also a driver of economic and social progress. Catalyst for economic growth. Role of women in SMEs for economic growth. Women are the pillars of society, and when women are empowered, the whole world is empowered. Gone are the days when women would end up their entire life within the four walls of the house. They have now begun to enter the fiercely competitive world of business and economic independence. The traditional female skills are being turned into livelihood by starting a home-based business encompassing textile, catering, embroideries, boutiques, many crafts, and more. Empowerment programs for women in SMEs. As we talk about programs, I would like to talk about the programs that are here in India, few of them. Empowerment programs play a vital role in supporting women in SMEs. These programs are Annapurna Scheme, Dena Shakti Scheme, Mahila Udyan Scheme, Send Kalyani Scheme, Udyogini Scheme, Stri Shakti. These are all the schemes that are provided for the women entrepreneurs to gain more profit and to establish their businesses. Challenges faced by women in SMEs. Despite progress, women in SMEs still face several challenges. These include limited access to financing, societal barriers, gender biases, lack of support networks, and work-life balance issues. Addressing these challenges is crucial for empowering women entrepreneurs and unlocking their full potential. Ultimately, contributing to economic growth and promoting gender equality in this business sector. Solutions for promoting women's engagement in SMEs. To promote women's engagement in SMEs, it is essential to implement specific solutions. These include providing financial support and access to loans for women owned businesses, creating mentorship programs and support networks, offering training programs and workshops to enhance skills and knowledge, advocating for policy changes that promote gender equality, and fostering a culture of inclusivity and work life balance within the business sector. These solutions will create a conducive environment for women to thrive and contribute to economic growth. More power, less fear. I would like to share an example of one of the examples of our country. The story of two women entrepreneurs, Priyashi Mani and Nishita Vasant, growing their own enterprise in Pali Hills in Kodaikanal districts of Tamil Nadu by availing loans under scheme of Indian government is an apt example of the steady but sure mindset shift among the stakeholders in the system, with logistic as a major challenge and the honey harvesting tribe based out of Pali Hills. This duo scaled up their operations by hiring more women, empowering more women, and ended up setting Popoi, a honey harvesting startup, bringing honey to our doorsteps. This story gives an insight to the budding women entrepreneurship in the country, with women donning several roles ranging from rainmakers to change makers and social capitalists. Women play an indispensable role in a small and medium enterprises as catalysts for economic growth. Through their empowerment, we can witness sustainable development, increased job creation, and enhanced productivity. It is crucial for policymakers and stakeholders to recognize and support the vital contribution of women in SMEs to unlock the full potential of our economies. Let us work together towards a more inclusive and prosperous future for all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear. That was a wonderful presentation, brilliant presentation, rather. And if Dr. Virginia is here, she will be able to summarize for you. And think ma'am lost the connection. I think so. Well, doesn't matter. Let's go ahead with this. So, as you have rightly mentioned, we are there with you, and all your insights and inferences that you've shared brilliantly on this platform. And definitely, as you rightly mentioned, the SDG Goal 5 aims to achieve the gender equality and empower all children, women and girls for G20 Empower 2023. Will pursue the women empowerment under the SDG Goal 5 as an overarching priority through G20 work streams. So we are going to take it to the think tank of the G20 force. To that, our focus area will be identified as women entrepreneurship, a win-win for equity in economy. And to address this women entrepreneurship unique barriers, as you rightly mentioned, a multi-pronged approach is envisaged through mentoring and capacity building. And it is endangering markets and the financing, scaling up innovations, and adopting global best practices. As you have rightly given examples and instances from India, mentioning about Priya and the other one from the other state of India. That's really worth hearing it from you, and it's quite knowledgeable. Thank you so much. Thanks for that participation. Moving ahead, Dr. Virginia, we missed you for the summary, and so that the next summary you can join us for the next summary. Thank you so much. So on that note, let me take this opportunity to welcome the next speaker with us. Right, I could see. I'm just checking who can be. Kirtana, if she's here, she can join us. Okay. Florencio Dio, founder, ICCRA procurement officer, representing GSFN, who'd like to speak upon climate change and disaster reduction, risk reduction. Yes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you. Please go ahead.
Please, can you give me like 10 to 15 minutes? Let me
definitely.
My presentation. Please, thank you.
Doesn't matter. Meanwhile, with your permission, we'll be going ahead with the next speaker. Right. Should we hear it from Gautami? Gautami, are you ready?
Kirtana is available now.
Yeah, Kirtana. Yeah, so Kirtana, are you ready, dear? Kirtana, are you ready, dear? Should we go with Kirtana or Gautami?
Yes, Kirtana is starting.
Okay, Kirtana, yeah, she is going to present before us on, I'm just looking for it, 1 second. Yeah, Kirtana, this is Gautami. Okay. Kirtana is the founder of the Writing Arena Publishers. She's the chairperson of IEEE. You'll have to give us the full form of IEEE, Procom SP, partner. She's representing our community partner IGEN, and Kirtana is going to speak on advancing women in leadership. Welcome, Kirtana. Welcome to you. The floor is all yours. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can I audible?
Yes, you're very much audible. You can start your screen. You can start your video.
Yes, ma'am.
Your screen is loading. It has loaded.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Can I start?
Yeah. If you can try getting onto the slideshow mode.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I am Kirtana Sitaraman. Today my topic is advancing women in leadership. So, imagine a world where every woman with a dream, a vision, and a passion for creating change had the opportunity to turn that dream into reality. Am I right? So, a world where barriers to success were dismantled and every woman entrepreneur had the support, resources, and opportunity she needed to thrive. So, today we gather to explore the transformative power of women entrepreneurship. As we embark on this journey together, let us reflect on the immense potential that lies within each and every one of us to drive innovation, create jobs, and catalyze positive change in our communities and beyond. From Silicon Valley startups to rural cooperatives, from social enterprises to tech disruptors, women entrepreneurs are breaking barriers, challenging stereotypes, and reshaping the landscape of business and innovation. So, their stories inspire us and lead their achievement to motivate us, and their resilience empower us to dream bigger, aim higher, and reach for the stars. So, in our today's abstract, we are going to see about the advancing women in leadership. So, my opinions on women and leadership vary widely depending on cultural, social, and individual perspectives. So, I'm going to say some common viewpoints. So, first of all, we can see about the equality advocates. So, many believe that the women are equally capable of leaders as men, and they advocate for gender equality in leadership positions. So, they argue that the diverse leadership teams, including women, bring different perspectives, skills, and insight that contribute to their better decision. So, we can see the percentages here, which is visible. So, for the gender bias critics, some argue that the gender bias and stereotypes continue to hinder women in advancement in leading roles. So they point to systematic barriers such as the gender pay gap, lack of representation in senior positions, and unconscious bias in recruitment and promotion processes as evidence of ongoing inequality. So, for the traditionalists, there are still in some who hold the traditional views on gender roles and leadership, believe then the men are inherently better suited for the leadership positions. So, they may cite historical norms and cultural expectations, such as justifications for the maintaining the status quo. So, for the supporters of diversity and inclusion, many emphasize the importance of diversity and inclusion in leadership, recognizing the value of having leaders from different backgrounds, experiences, and identities. They believe that the fostering diverse leadership teams, including women, leads to more innovative, equitable, and resilient organization. So, overall, the opinion on women and leadership reflect broader debates about gender equality, diversity, and social progress. While significant strides have been made in recent decades to promote women's leadership, there is still much to work to done to achieve true gender equality in leadership positions worldwide. So, the upscaling initiatives. So, in general, upscaling initiatives refers to program efforts designed to help business or individuals to expand their operation, increasing in their capacity or improving their performance. So, we can be divided into 4 categories like advocacy for flexible work and their policies, cultural shift, awareness campaigns, intersectional approaches, and professional connects. So, we can divide it into these types like training and skill developmental programs. Like many upscaling initiatives focus on providing training workshops and educational opportunities to help entrepreneurs and workers to acquire new skills and knowledge. These programs may cover topics such as business management, technical skills, leadership development, and digital literacy. So, for accessing to funding and finance, lack of access to capital is a common barrier to growth of business, especially small and medium-sized companies. So, it may help the upscaling initiatives may provide financial support in the form of grants, loans, and investment opportunity to help women entrepreneurs to expand their opportunities. So, on the third type, we can go into mentorship and coaching. So, mentorship programs where their experienced professionals with the entrepreneurs to individuals seeking to advance in their studies. So, mentors provide guidance, advice, and support based on their own expectations. So, in networking and collaboration, building networks and partnership is essential for building and growth success. So, upscaling initiatives may facilitate network events, industry forums, and matchmaking platforms where entrepreneurs and investors can connect, collaborate, and share their resources. So, and for technology adoption for women and innovation support, embracing the new technologies and innovation is a crucial staying competitive in today's rapidly and evolving business landscape. So we may focus on this for a larger scope, and for the policy also we can adopt for government-led upscaling initiatives to focus on enabling environment for business and growth, for implementing the policy reforms, for the ecosystem of the investment and innovation and economic development. For the comprehensive strategies, for initiating upskilling for a holistic approach that addresses various aspects of business growth and development. We can discuss some frameworks for this strategy. So, for first one, it is assessment and planning. So, conduct a assessment using SWOT analysis and set a clear and realistic goals for the approach. Develop a detailed action plan with specific activities for the upscaling initiatives. For capacity building and skill development, you can have training, workshops, educational programs to enhance the skills and capabilities of the entrepreneurs, working and other stakeholders. For finance and resources, you can have access to funding and financial resources through grant, loans, and investment opportunities for crowdfunding platforms. For the mentorship and support services, you can establish a mentorship program to pair experienced entrepreneurs or professionals with coming business owners. For the technology adoption and innovation, you can promote the adoption of technology solutions and digital tools to improve the productivity, efficiency, and competitiveness. By implementing a comprehensive strategy that addresses these key components, we can upscale initiatives can effectively support the business and individuals to attain the highest sustainable growth and success. For the self-advocacy, it is an act of speaking up to oneself, asserting one's needs, and actively seeking to promote one's own interest. So, for this, you can have some strategies to effective self-advocacy. So, know yourself. Take some time to reflect on your values, goals, strength and weakness, to understand yourself better in the way to identify what is important and what you not to advocate for. So, be assertive to others. Practice assertive communication to express your thoughts, feelings, and opinion in a clear, confident, and respectful manner. Use I statement to assert and blaming for attacking others without blaming. Like set boundaries to establish clear boundaries to protect your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, and be prepared for advocating yourself rather giving irrelevant information, facts, and evidence to support your position. So, effective communication skills, you can practice active listening for and seek to understand the perspectives and concern while advocating for your own needs. You can be persistent and seek support to educate yourself and practice self-care. For the next, we can move to statistics. Like some interesting statistics on female entrepreneurs in India reveal that the fascinating insights into their entrepreneurial journey. So surprising of entrepreneurs between the 20 to 30. Nearly 73 of them managed to create a revenue of approximately 10 lakhs in a financial year. So while 57 began their ventures as a sole founders, 35% collaborated with founders. And moreover, approximately 71% of Indian female entrepreneurs operate with 5 employees and fewer, demonstrating the prevalence of small-scale enterprises in their ecosystem. So, these statistical underscore the significance of the contributions of female entrepreneurs in India to economy and highlight the diverse pathways to success within the entrepreneurial landscape. So, we see some of the entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs. For example, we can see Vandana Luthra, founder of VLCC, a famous beauty product brand, which is from New Delhi. So, she founded VLCC in 1989 with transforming lives through holistic wellness solutions. So, she had a social impact and she had more recognition and awards like she has received numerous awards and accolades for entrepreneurial achievements, including the Padma Shri, one of the highest civilian awards of 2013. And other more are Kiran Shah, Anisha Singh, Shraddha Sharma, Upasana Takku, Falguni Naya, Nisaba Godrej, Ghazal Kalra, Malika Sadani, and Neeru Sharma. For leveraging the technology, one can access like digital transformation, online presence, and virtual consultations. E-commerce platform is also helpful, and technology enabled services like AI-powered career development tools and other online networking communities. So, data-driven decision making, and overall, we can break down the traditional barriers and empower women to excel in leadership roles for the innovative ways. For conclusion, women empowerment benefits not only women themselves but also their families, communities, and economies at large. When women are empowered to participate fully in economic, social, and political life, they can also contribute their talents, skills, and perspective to drive innovations for economic growth and promote sustainable development. In conclusion, women empowerment is not just a matter of fairness or social justice. It's essential for building more equitable, inclusive, and prosperous world for all. By empowering women and girls, we can unlock their potential to transform societies. It's just their potential to transform and build a better future for generations to come. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Kirtana. That was a wonderful presentation, though your internet connection was unstable. May I request Engineer Sai Prasanna sir representing IGEN from the panel of
Thank
experts to do the summary for Kirtana.
Thank you, Kirtana. That was an amazing presentation on the topic of advancing women in leadership. Before going into it, when we talk about the women in leadership, they sharpening their knowledge and preparing them for their career paths and address their individual needs to thrive in the leadership roles. As you mentioned, regarding the training for leadership was provided by the expert leaders to support the middle management levels and also support the preparedness. Mainly, when we come to self-advocacy, which empowering women to achieve their goals, and also you mentioned the statistics for the female entrepreneurs, that are young female entrepreneurs involving in startups. And also the advancing women in leadership in innovations, technology, AI, development, etc. Thank you, Kirtana.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Sai Prasanna, sir. Moving ahead, is Ms. Gautami ready or Mr. Dayo? Mr. Dayo, would you like to go next, please?
I asked a team member, one of your team members, to send my presentation. I don't know if he has done that.
No, you can start your presentation. You can start your presentation. As Kirtana was saying, we don't need the video. You can just start your presentation. You can present. Will that be okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. On that note, may I welcome Mr. Foro Rinsodayo, who is the founder of ICCRA, Procurement Officer, who is going to speak on climatic change and disaster risk reduction. Welcome, sir. The forum is all yours. The podium is yours. Please kindly go ahead with your presentation. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm coming. Let me share. I'm trying to share my screen. Please give me some time. Okay. Trying to share my screen. I'm trying to share my screen, but I'm not seeing it here. I don't know. I'm trying to share my screen.
Okay. You can
put permission to do that.
No, everybody has the permission to do it. So far, about 3-4 speakers.
Okay. I think I have the permission to do that now, please.
Yeah, we are able to see your screen. And kindly go to the presentation page. We have got your presentation. That's really great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Folo Shodayo, I'm the founder of Initiative for Climate Change and Renewable Energy Advocacy. Sorry, I was having a little bit challenge with my network and as well running some things up here. We're speaking let me first of all appreciate the team for giving me this opportunity to speak at the G20 exchange program. I'm representing GSFN, Global Future Network, Global Sustainable Future Network under Dr. Renuka, and I'm also the founder of the Initiative for Climate Change and Renewable Energy Advocacy. Okay, I was speaking on climate change and this disaster risk reduction. Okay, and I will just make it very brief. I'm just going straight to the points, which I'm going to talk about climate change, disaster risk reduction, disaster risk reduction to minimize vulnerability and exposure to disaster. Climate change adaptation focus on adjusting to changing climate conditions. Okay, impact of climate change. You and I know the impact of climate change. Let me start with the word. What is climate change? I will decided to define climate change in a layman language, which is the increase or the change in weather condition for a very long period of time, and which has always been caused mostly by the human activities and as well by nature itself. So human activities is said to have been one of the most the causes of climate change in the world today, due to the carbon emission of CO2, industrialization, explosion, scientists, and also improper waste management. This has also, increased and allow the effects of climate change to be much in around the world. And we're talking of which I just said, rising temperature, sea level rise, change in rainfall patterns, more frequent extreme weather and events. Yes, we've been witnessing these more frequent extreme weather and events due to impact of climate change and the melting of glaciers around the Nepal, the Iceland, Russia, the UK has caused the rise in sea level, which has bringing a lot of disaster to us in our environment and in our planet. Impact on ecosystem and infrastructure. Infrastructure vulnerability, significant impact on ecosystem, social economic condition, and effects on human settlements. Here, climate change has caused a lot of migration from people because of an environmental that is being flooded or that doesn't have proper drainage planning is going to experience this, especially in a place like let me say last year, some states in Nepal, some states in Bangladesh, and as well Pakistan, New York, California, they experienced a lot of flood due to the effects of climate change and the rise in temperature of sea level in these places. And I'll also be talking about disaster risk measures, which include land use planning. How can we reduce the disasters of climate change? Because we're talking of how to reduce the risks. You understand? Because climate change is something that is here to stay with us. It's not something that is just going to leave immediately. It's something that we all have to find a way to live with it, to manage it. And how can we do this? Which is land use planning, early warning system, community education preparedness, and strengthening infrastructures. Yeah, land use planning, these aspects of whereby we have to plan how we use our land. We should always educate our people not to build house close to the lagoon, to the river, or to the sea, where there can be increase or rise in the sea level at any time when there is excess rainfall. So we have to plan whereby we advise most of the houses should be built on the higher land than in the lowland. And those that are the lowland, we should find a way to advise them through the government to let them know the risks at which they are due to the effect and the causes of and the implements of what climate change can cause in that environment. Then early warning system is something that most of the innovations of climate change are now coming up with softwares, machines, weather detectors that can give early warning about a month to 2 months early warning to a community or to an environment. That's okay. It is predicted that there's going to be climate disaster in this area due to the data that we're getting from some of these systems. So if we're able to give early warning system through advocacy, through the radio programs, through sensitization, I think it's also going to help strengthening infrastructures. Yes, we have to start building houses that are eco-green in nature, that have to be more drainage, that can manage drainage, that can as well withstand the climate change disasters, that can withstand wind, that can withstand storm, that can withstand some other things in within our environment. So this will as well help our society. Then community education and preparedness. Yes, and so once you're informed, you won't be deformed. What am I saying is that when you pass the message to the local communities in their own local languages or in their own local tools, through their community leaders or through the radios, through the newspaper, through the publications, I think this will also help to the communities in order to reduce the impact of climate change in this environment. Because in a situation whereby you notice that okay, there's going to be a problem there, if you give the community quick information and let them know the risk factor about it, and the government itself push to tell the community that this and this is what is going to happen, the community is going to prepare ahead for the risks at hand that's coming. Then building resilience. There's implementing disaster risk reduction, coping with potential disasters, creating more preparedness and adaptive communities, building resilience to climate change. Yes, we all have to build the way our body system have been able to build resilience to COVID-19. We also have to find a way that the people themselves, the community themselves, the environment itself have to build a way resilience to disaster of climate change, because it's not something we can do alone. Because, as I said, it's something that's easier to stay for a while, but it's gradually that we overcome the climate change risks and disaster that is upon us this time around. Addressing the climate change disaster reduction. Okay, I think I've spoken about this. Okay, climate change adaptation. Let me go to climate change adaptation measures, which is a action to reduce vulnerable to natural disaster, building flood resistant structures, relocating settlements away from flood prone areas, helping communities to adapt to both climate and flood. Yes, I think I just spoke about this. I've said it before. Helping community, bringing in non-governmental organization, bringing in United Nations organization to let them know, okay, this area is prone to climate change issues and climate change disasters. What are the initiatives? What are the ideas we can put together and make sure that the effects of the climate change will not go beyond control, and as well the people themselves will not lose their animals, they will not lose their plants. Even if they will, it will be very, very minimal in nature. And okay, I think I've done that. Let me see. Building community or ecosystem. Okay, we stand. Okay, I think I'm done with that. There was a mistake on that on repetition. Thank you very much. I really appreciate for this wonderful time, for giving me to share my screen and also to impact my other fellow colleagues. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Daya. That was a wonderful presentation. And may I request Dr. Kalyan? Dr. Kalyan here? Dr. Kalyan?
No, ma'am, he is not available.
Is he going to join the session?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Dayo. So very good. Like, we were able to understand the science economy and also the impact on the policy implications of climatic change from your presentation very clearly. We were able to identify and communicate the risks and the opportunities posed by the climatic change across industries. Moving ahead, leveraging the insights from the real world examples, as you rightly mentioned, to inform the future strategies for adapting to climatic change was an added advantage for your presentation. Thinking critically and creatively to develop business solutions that can mitigate climate change added value to your presentation. Last but not the least, exploring climate change mitigation and adaptation efforts, scalability, costs and benefits to inform decisions related to your industry and the role pertaining to the local community. Restrictions and the recommendations were added more interest to the speaker and to the audience. Thanks for your participation with us today. That was wonderful having you with us. Moving ahead, we move on to the next speaker. Is Ms. Gautami ready?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Okay, so we will go ahead with Ms. Gautami now. Ms. Gautami is representing IGEN, and she's going to speak on accelerating women's safety and security. She's a student representing BTech ECE. She's a student who's doing a course of BTech ECE. Which college she will mention during her presentation, and she's representing our partner, IGEN. So the forum is all yours. Gautami, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gautami, IGEN volunteer, currently pursuing my BTech in Srividhya Engineering College for Women, Andhra Pradesh, India. Thank you for joining us today as we delve into the critical issue that affects. Wait a minute, I will share my presentation. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, dear. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today as we delve into a critical issue that affects women worldwide, accelerating women's safety and security. Imagine for a moment walking down the street, returning home from work, or simply going about your daily activities. Now consider how these seemingly routine tasks might feel different if you were constantly worried about your safety, your well-being, or even your life, unfortunately, for millions of women around the world. This is not merely a hypothetical scenario. Coming to the introduction, today we are here to shed light on the urgent need to address the challenges faced by women in terms of safety and security, from gender-based violence and harassment to systematic discrimination and lack of access. From gender-based violence and harassment to systematic discrimination and lack of access to justice, women continue to face significant barriers to their safety and autonomy. Let's see the measures empowering through safe society. Global issue. Women's safety is a critical issue affecting societies worldwide. There is a need for action. Implementing effective strategies is crucial to ensure the safety and security for women. Impact on society. Enhancing women's safety leads to a more secure and progressive community. Intersectional approach, considering various aspects such as race, age, and socioeconomic status, essential for comprehensive safety initiatives. And coming to the current challenges and issues, there are some challenges which are gender-based violence, high prevalence of physical, emotional, and sexual abuse against. And coming to cultural norms, deeply rooted social attitudes and norms contributing to safety challenges. Limited access to support, lack of resources, and assistance for women's vulnerable situations, underreporting. Many incidents, harassments, and violence go unreported to fear and stigma. And coming to the importance of accelerating women's safety and security, let's discuss about the benefits for prioritizing women's safety first. Coming to human rights, ensuring women's safety aligns with fundamental human rights principles. And coming to economic growth, safer environments contribute to increased economic participation and growth. Community well-being, safe communities foster great well-being and socio-economy. Empowerment enhances safety measures, empower women to participate fully in society. And coming to the statistics and trends, by understanding the women's safety in the society, there are harassment cases, violence incidents, safety perceptions, support access, awareness levels. Even though we have awareness levels, the harassment cases were economically increasing, but they are not decreasing. And coming to government initiatives and policies, role of government in women's safety. First one is legislation, enhancing laws to protect women from violence and discrimination, law enforcement, ensuring enforcement of laws to address safety concerns, supporting programs, implementing initiatives to provide resources and aid for women in need. And coming to policy advocacy for gender equality and safety measures. And there are some technology where we can protect women by taking safety measures. Innovative approaches for enhanced security are safety apps, which are the development of mobile applications for immediate assistance and alerts when the women are in danger. And GPS tracking, utilizing GPS technology to track the ensure women's safety in real time. Smart alarms, integration of smart alarm systems to notify authorities in emergencies. Digital platforms, creating online platforms for reporting and seeking support for safety issues. Coming to community engagement and support, which are building strong supporting networks to give a safer and security society for the women, are community programs. They are establishing community-based initiatives to promote women's safety. And coming to educational workshops, connecting workshops to educate communities on recognizing and addressing safety concerns. Volunteer networks, mobilizing volunteers to support women in vulnerable situations. And social activism, encouraging social media to address safety measures and advocate for change. And coming to empowering women through education and awareness. This is the most important thing which is needed for the women to grow individually and be safe in the society. Like education programs, implementing educational initiatives to raise awareness and promote safety. Skill development, providing skill development opportunities for women to enhance their safety. Self-defense training, offering self-defense classes to equip women with protective skills. Awareness campaigns, conducting campaigns to increase public awareness and support for women's safety. Like cooperators are responsible for women's safety, like promoting workplace, like if we give an employing training, providing training on recognizing and addressing safety concerns will be good for the women to work safe and individual, and safe workplace policies, developing and enforcing policies to ensure women's safety in workplace. Support services, gender initiatives, which are equal for men and women, which promoting gender equality and women's safety as corporate priorities. And there are some collaborations and partnerships for sustainable change, which strengthens the safety society for women, which are the efforts through the collaboration for the women's safety in society. Like NGO partnerships, public-private partnerships, community alliances, international cooperations. And coming to the conclusion, throughout this presentation, we all examine the current state of women's safety, explore factors contributing to insecurity, discuss strategies for empowerment and change, and highlight the role each of us can play in advancing this important agenda. And together we have the power to make difference to build a future where women can live with dignity, safety, and security. Let's embark on this journey together and accelerate progress towards a world where women's safety is not just a dream but a reality. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Completed.
Thank you, Ms. Gautami. That was a very wonderful presentation, really. And we would like to invite Mr. Engineer Sai Prasanna sir to do the summary for Gautami.
Thank you. That was an honorable presentation by Gautami in accelerating the women's safety and security. When we talk about the women's safety and security, there are many points need to be discussed. Among them, you have mentioned some of the practices and policies which aim to reduce the gender-based violence. Mainly, women's safety involves workspaces. The main thing we need to discuss is, as you mentioned, the government initiatives and policies to provide a safer community, and as well as the technologies like GPS, smart alarms, women's safety app is developing nowadays.
You're muted, sir. Sorry.
Sorry, ma'am. The main thing we need to discuss is, you have mentioned the government initiatives and policies to provide a safer community, and as well as the technologies like GPS, smart alarms, women's safety apps is developing nowadays. And also mentioned the community engagement to build strong network stages, and the corporate responsibilities to provide them safe and secure workplace, and also the gender equality in corporates. And also mention the empowering women through education and awareness campaigns. Thank you, Gautami, for your wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
Gautami. Yeah, thank you, Prasanna sir. That was very kind of you. Moving ahead, we have been joined on this platform by Dr. Mary Mia. Dr. Mary Mia is the founder of MIA and programs, and she's a professor in education. And Madam is representing IIU on this platform. Madam is going to speak on ushering in an era of no war, no peace. Despite all odds, like ma'am has joined us today. Thank you so much for that, ma'am. Really appreciated your compassion and your passion towards and your stood committed. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's always a pleasure having you with us. Please go ahead with your presentation. Thank you.
Sure. I thank you so much, my dear sister and Dr. Srividhya, for having me. And of course, I do apologize to everybody here for being late. There are many catastrophes happening here right now. One of my major ones, and I do want to just share that everybody say a prayer. One of my students is missing since Friday. And this has been why I'm late. So we pray for her safety, that wherever she is, and that she is returned to us safely as well, very quickly. So we pray for that. So again, I humbly apologize for the delay, but I'm honored to be here, and I'm honored to represent, of course, IIU, but also my country, I think, South Africa. And we're talking about something that is my passion as a global ambassador of peace, but also, I think, something that is in everybody's heart and mind across the world right now. We are so keen to find peace. Every time you pick up a newspaper, every time you watch the news or you listen to the news, there is constant negativity about a war or somebody who's hurt or some pain or some anguish somewhere in the world. And for us all right now, yes, we want to usher in this era of peace. Yes, we need the peace. But I think we need to also ascertain, what is this peace that we're looking for? Is it simply because we need no wars in different countries? We need no arms. We need no killings. Yes, that is there. We definitely need to. We pray for that. We pray for that peace for our people across the world in war-torn countries. But I'm going to reduce it to the wars that are within our families, the wars that are within the school grounds, the wars that are within a person's mind, the wars that every person is going through within themselves. If we don't tackle those wars to find the peace first for an individual in your individual capacity, then how are you going to try and push for peace around you or for peace across the world? So let us start in these small fragments, is what I say. Let us teach in our classrooms, in our schools, in our universities, in our colleges, in our small community zones, in our churches, in our mosques, in our temples, wherever you go, however you are, whatever space you're in your home. Are you speaking peace and living peace? Is that actually happening right now? In your spaces where you are leaders, in whatever your leadership role is, are you inculcating peace in your structures, within your people? Do you understand the people that even work for you if you are in corporate? Do they have peace within their working spaces? So peace and ushering in peace for me starts on these different levels. It's not necessarily starting at government levels where we have to stop, the war zones and stop. That is crucial. But it starts with the mindset. It starts with our heart. It starts with each one of us. And that's where peace starts. And for us to actually ascertain peace in leadership, let us think of our leaders of our youth right now. Everybody, and I know there is a fantastic saying coming from my leader in South Africa, Madiba, where he taught everybody about education being the weapon, yes, but also that our youth have to be given preference because our youth are our leaders of tomorrow. So Madiba, forgive me, but I'm going to enhance his quote, because for me, the leaders of today preparing for tomorrow. Our children of the world have minds that are beyond our belief. I mean, have you seen us ask our children to actually fix our devices for us? That is what is happening. The children have mentality that is beyond what we even understand. So do not underestimate their intelligence and how they can inculcate peace for us. Because at some point, those children of today who are leaders of today are going to lead us tomorrow. And they are practicing in their life what they are watching us do. They watch our action. They watch our reactions to what's happening in the world. And this is what they learn from. So I can give any student a whole piece of paper or an essay or a thesis to understand or to go through, and comprehension passages in classes. That's just words to them. But they will really feed off from what they see us practice in our leadership roles. Whether you're the parent leadership, whether you're a guardian leadership, whether you're an educator leadership, or actually a leader of a country right now, people are watching your behavior about what war means and what are you doing to change it. So our children are doing the same, our youth are doing the same. Let them become the ambassadors too of peace. What do they understand peace to be? Teach them. Peace starts with you in your leadership as youth today. And they will then embed that within themselves, in their minds, and they will embed it in their youth organizations, in their peer groups, wherever they may be. That for me is key about how to usher in the peace. So I won't take too much more time. I thank you again for allowing me to speak at this late juncture. And I hope something I've said about peace resonates with someone who's going to take it further, where we can implement, not just talk. It's beautiful to have these, and I'm really honored to be here, but we need to take these messages across and really implement them so that we can see action being evolved. So thank you so much again, Dr. Shreya. It's lovely, honored to be here with you all. And thank you to everyone for listening to me.
Definitely. Actually, we should thank you for your gracious presence amidst us today, despite all odds, ma'am. And we really, our prayers are always there with the kid who is missing, and definitely the child is going to come back to us on a good note. Thank you. So, moving ahead, like as you rightly mentioned, the peace is it's a beautiful word, and that starts from self within. The self-mirroring, the self-realization is very, very important to attain peace. The peace that we carry within ourselves is going to inflict the environment, and it's going to be taken forward to the community, thereby to the society. And there's a very beautiful quote. Please allow me to share this quote on this note along with your that you shared with us. Where there's righteousness in the heart, there's beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there's harmony in the home. When there is harmony in home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace. So first, the righteousness in one's heart contributes to build one's character. Ultimately, it adds beauty to one's character. And that character matters for harmony, and it creates our surrounding in the family, the community, and thereby inflicting the nature, which we talk about climatic change, climatic finance, net zero, whatnot, biodiversity, etc., etc., etc. This harmony in the family contributes to the progress and prosperity of the nation, ultimately leading to its development. And as you rightly mentioned, every religion focuses on the quality of righteousness as it means to an end. For example, in our Hindu mythology and text, the path of righteousness is called as Dharma, and it is an ideal path and ultimately the duty of every human being. So, laying down for the path of peace, thereby enabling to the society, we appeal to the world today. Let's all put our heart, mind, soul together to bring peace in our community, in ourselves, in communities, in our environment, and thereby, with good citizenship, let's move forward and take it forward to the society and the terrain. Thank you. It's always wonderful having you. It's always our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving ahead, I think it's time to invite Murli Korikana. I hope he is ready. Murli Korikana. Yeah, are you ready, Murli? Can we go ahead?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So allow me to present before the podium today, the virtual diaspora. Mr. Murli Korikana is a student of BTech. He is CSC Dr. MGR Education Research Institute, partnering with IGEN. He is here to represent Future of Work Industry 4.0. So, Murli Korikana, our amazing speaker, please go ahead. The podium is yours. Thank you. You can start your presentation. It's loading. Yes, now it's visible. You can introduce yourself and then you can go ahead with your presentation. So that's again a beautiful, quite interesting topic, the future of work industry 4.0. We're so excited to hear from you, Murli.
Yeah. Hello everyone, myself I am Murli from Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. I am going to talk about Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 is also known as Fourth Industrial Revolution. The industrial revolution is defined as major changes and transition in manufacturing and industrial process with new innovative technologies. The fourth industrial revolution is getting our physical world merging with the digital world to shape our economy and society through artificial intelligence, drones, autonomous robots, and many more new exciting technologies. Once upon a time, there was a plenty of jobs for people who used to drive horse-driven carriages, who are called coachmen. When the first industrial revolution came with steam engines, these jobs were no longer in demand. Once upon a time, there was plenty of jobs for weavers. When the second industrial revolution came with electricity and mass production, there were no longer jobs in demand. Once upon a time, there was a world championships for typists who used to type typewriters. When the third industrial revolution came with personal computing and automation, typists were no longer needed. With every industrial revolution, there are many jobs will be go away and many new opportunities would be created. Today, we are in fourth industrial revolution that was triggered by concept of cyber physical system. It connects with the real world with the digital world. Industry 4.0 is a new phase in the industrial revolution that introduced intelligent networking of machines and process for industry with the help of information and communication technology. In Industry 4.0, computer devices and machines are connected and communicate with one another to make decisions without human involvement. It optimizes all the existing digital technologies to next advanced level. Here I would like to discuss about few technologies that are key part of Industry 4.0. Autonomous robots, big data, augmented reality, additive manufacturing, cloud computing, cyber security, industry Internet of Things, system integration and simulation. Automation and robotics are set to revolutionize the future of work in Industry 4.0. With advancements in technologies, machines equipped with artificial intelligence and robotics capabilities will play a central role in various industries. Automation will streamline process, increase efficiency, will reduce errors, leading to higher productivity and cost savings. Additionally, robotics will enable the execution of tasks in hazardous environments, enhancing workplace safety. As for Industry 4.2 unfolds, the future of work will be characterized by collaboration between humans and machines, driving innovation and reshaping industries across the globe. IoT is a network of physicals that are able to collect
change your slide.
Sorry.
Just change your slide. It's in
Sorry.
Okay.
So now is it easy?
You need to close it, represent it, and then go on to slideshow mode, and you should start clicking on the screen.
Yeah.
Slow. Maybe you have a low internet facility there, and that's why it's taking time to load.
Ma'am, now?
You need to close it. Now it is. Just click on the screen and you should be able to. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, IoT is a network of physical objects that are able to collect data with help of sensors and exchange data with each other with help of internet. The integration of Internet of Things within Industry 4.0 is revolutionizing the future of work in manufacturing and beyond. In this era of digital transformation, IoT technology enables machines, devices, and sensors to communicate and collaborate seamlessly by facilitating data-driven decision-making, predictive maintenance, and process optimization by harnessing the power of IoT. Industries can achieve unprecedented levels of efficiency, productivity, and agility, from smart factories and connected supply chains to intelligent logistics. Big data refers to massive volume of structured and Ma'am?
Let's continue.
Big data refers to massive volume of structured and unstructured data generated from various sources at high speed. This data encompasses everything from social media posts and sensor data to online transactions. Multimedia content. Analyzing big data allows organizations to uncover valuable insights, patterns, and trends. empowering data-driven decision-making and driving innovation across industries. Augmented reality is a cutting-edge technology that superimposes digital information and virtual objects into real world. By blending digital content with our physical environment in real time, AR enhances our perception and interaction with the world around us.
Just click on the screen.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm clicking, but it's not.
Because the net connection is very low. Don't keep on clicking, it will get frozen. Now it is moving, please.
Yeah. In the era of 4.0, where automation, artificial intelligence, and digital technologies are reshaping the workplace, the importance of soft skills has never been more critical. While technical expertise and knowledge are undoubtedly valued, it is the soft skills that often differentiate successful professionals in the fast-paced and rapidly evolving environment. First and foremost, communication skills are paramount as industries become increasingly interconnected and globalized. The ability to convey ideas effectively, both verbally and in writing, is essential for collaboration, problem solving, and relationship building. Adaptability and flexibility are next crucial traits in Industry 4.0. With technologies evolving at a rapid pace and job roles constantly evolving, professionals with demonstrate resilience and agility in navigating change and embracing new challenges. Moreover, creativity and innovation are indispensable skills in Industry 4.0. As automation takes routine tasks, human creativity becomes increasingly valuable for generating novel ideas, identifying opportunities, and solving complex problems. Finally, emotional intelligence, including empathy, self-awareness, and interpersonal skills, is indispensable for navigating the human side of industry and valuable for building trust, fostering meaningful relationships, and inspiring others. In Industry 4.0, effective data management is paramount. Challenges arise in organizing, analyzing, and security vast amounts of data generated by interconnected systems. Embracing the innovative solutions is crucial to harnessing the full potential of data in the digital era. The second biggest challenge is Industry 4.0 is navigating technical advancements and rapid changes. An important challenge in Industry 4.0 is navigating and complexities of human resources. And finally, leveraging the data presents a pivotal change. It demands adept navigation through vast volume of information. Extracting actionable insights for innovation and efficiency lets us embrace the challenge and harness the data powers to drive transformation advancements in our industries. Benefits of Industry 4.0: productivity, improved transparency and reliability, system-driven organization, improving efficiency and effectiveness, increasing profitability, reduced manpower. Let's continue to explore and embrace the opportunities of the transformative era together. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful presentation. May I request Dr. Engineer Professor Sir to do the summary for...
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Murali, for your presentation on future of work, Industry 4.2. You have been described the industrial revolution from steam power to networking and machine learning, and also increased efficiency in work safety, in future of automation and robotics, and also that supply chain security, data privacy and vulnerabilities in cyber security and augmented reality. The skills and competencies needed in future workplace, challenges and solutions and benefits, the research and development, data management, supply chain management, and resource planning in industries in upcoming future. Thank you, Murali.
Thank you so much, sir. I do agree with you. And thank you, Murali. That was a really wonderful presentation where you are mentioning about Industry 4.0. You know something, that's a very, very key topic for today. and it is called as Fourth Industrial Revolution, or in other words, it is 4IR, which is the next phase of digitalization of the manufacturing sector. As you had mentioned, driven by the disruptive trends, including the rise of data and connectivity, which is a key thing. The whole world is going to become a data-driven world. Nobody can deny the fact. So when the data are there for reviewing the analytical part of it, and are we going to compromise on the human-machine interaction? Are we going to replace the human force with the machine interaction, with the improvement of robotics? And that's going to be the future challenge ahead. Moving ahead, as you rightly mentioned, augmented reality and the machine automation, more kind of with the 21st century skills which are required to contribute more to the Industry 4.0 industrial revolution, all refer to the current era of connectivity, advanced analytics, automation, advanced manufacturing technology that has been transforming the global business for years now. So this wave of change, as you mentioned, in the manufacturing sector began in mid-2010, if I'm right, and it holds a significant potential for operations in the future of production. So if you want to be there, as you rightly said, equip yourself, get yourself steam propelled with the original industrial revolution, electrically powered for the second, with the preliminary automation and machine engineering the third, and the cyber physical systems of the intelligent computers which are shaping the earth towards 2030. And that's what we're talking about on this platform. Thanks for the contribution, Murli. It was wonderful. Thank you. Moving ahead, on the same note, more or less the same note, to share his insights, we have Dr. Khalid. Dr. Khalid, Professor Khalid, representing Egypt, from the country of Egypt. Professor, yes, ready to present, Professor?
Yes. I'm professor actually in coaching. Actually, thank you. I'm Khalid. I'm from Egypt. I want to share something very important for ladies.
Allow me to introduce yourself. He's an IGEN Global Director of Education, representing GSFN amidst us today, and Professor is going to contribute towards building in digital resilience for women. Digital resilience for women. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, can you allow me to share my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Been allowed already. I think you should be able to do that.
Yes, shall I do now?
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Start?
It's loading. Please give it some time.
Okay. So you can now get it?
We are able to see your screen only on slideshow mode. If you can just modify it, it's wonderful.
Okay, thank you. That's my. I present myself for anybody don't know me. I'm actually a member in T4 community and also ambassador for Egypt in a country ambassador for in this global organization also. And also I am a professional development in international and American education, technology and AI, and also top member and multilingual translator in Global Digital Library. And also I'm Global Director of Education in ITA and also International Project Manager in ITA. And also I member at Mobile Learning Week in France. That's about talk about technology, actually how we can support the technology in education. And also I'm ambassador for World Speech Day for Egypt, and also member for Transforming Education Summit team United Nations. And also I am so happy to become member in Global Sustainable Future Network, and also now I became also United Nations for Africa. And that's amazing for me to share something very important for youth and ladies and girls and students all over the world. Now about the building digital for women. Just maybe if Alia enjoyed with us, because I need Alia read this, please, if you can. I don't know, is Alia here?
I don't think so. Alia's with us. Have you?
I need lady actually read this because I want to ask her. Any lady?
Okay. You want to ask questions, ask these questions, basically?
No, just read it, this one. I want to know what's the feeling of this topic for lady, for women.
How do digital resilience and well-being help in developing resilience and well-being for women? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
And all, continues, please.
Okay, frontiers with digital resilience among individuals. For psychological functioning, digital resilience may assist for women to maintain and promote positive emotions, which better enable them to adjust in the middle of or amidst negative emotions, or even improve individuals' well-being, such as recognizing what is right in the behavior. I see from a feminist perspective, we must invest in scaling up safe spaces for women, which can collaborate and offer each other. I focus on the 5 factors that are important to develop resilience for women connection to others. The 5 C's which I would like to mention or contribute here on this platform is communication, confidence, competence, commitment, and control.
Thank you so much. That's my topic actually. Is that right for women? We have to focus on this topic. Is that right? Because I see that's very important for women, like a mother, she can support their children, and also they can support her life. For that, I was focused for new project to create a multilingual international book. I see in my project actually 3 things, but special for lady, I'm talking about lady today. They can also be grew in literacy and also learning computer, and also can support her life, how they can contact with the technology. Also, if she can learn multilingual, she also can also happy with books reading in different languages. That's special that make her also her life is very beautiful. If you see, that's also technology. This I did this by screensaver right now. How much the technology can help the lady. You know, actually the lady can also, if she learn it good, she will be excellent teacher. I know, because the teacher lady, it's better focus in classroom more than teacher man. I'm sure, because I'm actually teacher more than 20 years in school. I see what is the difference between teacher ladies and teachers men. Then we have to focus to deliver more confidence, more commitment, more communication for lady, how they can contact with technology, how they can support herself, because it's very important. And also the lady, if she learn how she can be good support for others, she will be like excellent coach to coaching her family and as herself also. And also, if she can contact with the technology, she will do many things more than men. Here, actually, I will I did this. That's right now. When the lady will learn this, it's really a very time more she has to learn that. Just I stop my sharing, because it's very important. We can support all together to help lady for to grow with her life. That's I hope I can also deliver something in my project to help ladies to learn more for her life. That's it. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Professor Khalid. That was wonderful. Well, we do accept with you the fact of exactly what you are trying to mention about the digital skills that is going to help the women generation. As you rightly mentioned, the women consumers of DFS needs digital skills and the confidence to engage in the technology.
Yes.
Which will lead to make financial decisions that will promote their welfare and help them avoid financial fraud or anything in context which is a threat in society and the local community with the socio-economic conditions that are involved. Moving strategies that you mentioned, that encouraging the use of digital technologies as a vital tool for women empowerment and the inclusion of financial digitally literacy and the competence. When women, girls are equipped with strong digital literacy skills, they're able to engage more safely online and offline and have more opportunities to thrive, learn, innovate, and contribute to the economy.
Yes. And also, why I focus, just I share also the PDF for ladies can also read it later. You know why actually I focus for technology now to be grow with ladies, with women, because I believe behind every home there is a beautiful woman, a beautiful mother. They can support their children. As I am a educator in school, I found many trouble in school with my students. Why? Because if I give him homework for the children, the first point, if they arrive their home, they have to contact with her mother, with their mother, because their father, maybe they don't be in home, they will be in work or so, but mother still in home. How can she support her children? That's very important. Before, since many times it was only books, but now the technology to grow. We have now technologies. We will grow also in AI. What about the women don't know anything about computer? What about AI? And also the world will grow. All mother will lose the knowledge for their children. That way, if we have a chance to support the ladies, I would be very happy. I'm here ready to at any time to support for the old knowledge with my project. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Mr. Khalid. Professor, as you rightly mentioned, making them aware of exactly what is required. As also the merits and demerits on turning our view or just spark on the demerits part of it, having them without compromising on the leverage of digital public infrastructure for women's economic empowerment, keeping in mind these digital things which are just coming up as the normal walks and norms of life or critical enablers of inclusion, resilience, and economic opportunities. Yet there is a threat that there is a cyber thing which is involved in it. And so we need to have all these strategies and infrastructure properly, which can enhance or which can patronize in a more safer environment for everyone to access it and to be achievable. Thank you, Note. Thank you. On that note, I think we should move ahead with our next speaker for the day. Thank you, Professor. It's always wonderful having you. And then, I think we are coming towards the closure of the day. We are waiting for Roshni Mohan. No, Mr. Sarveshwaran from IGEN, representing IGEN. Is he going to join? Any idea?
Yes, ma'am. He is joining.
He will join.
He will join.
He will join.
Right. So, is he joining now, or should we request for the next one, or can you just
please go through by this one, ma'am. I will tell him to join within 5 minutes.
Okay. So moving ahead, we had G20 Empower Alliance. this is a very key point that we need to talk about when it comes to the women empowerment and youth empowerment. When it comes to G20 Empower Alliance, there was supposed to be a speaker who should have joined us from GSFN today, Mr. Imran Uddin. He was not able to join, unfortunately, so we opened that particular topic on the floor for somebody to take on behalf of GSFN. And the second topic is gender equality enforcement. Mr. Chivan Garg should have joined us today from Dreams Foundation. We are still waiting for him to join. We don't know whether he'll be able to join or anyway, we open that particular topic of the pointer of gender equality enforcement to the forum so that we'll be able to pick it up. Of course, we should congratulate IGEN for having a very good contribution today with some of the very renowned speakers like Professor who has joined in, Professor Khalid who has joined in, Dr. Deltrin Ribeiro who has joined in, and Mr. Dayo who has joined for checking on climatic change and disaster reduction. We are still waiting for Mr. Anirudh Janakan representing GSFN, who had chosen the pointer of innovation and 21st century skills, have not joined in. So we are still waiting for them. Moving ahead, thanks to Ambreen ma'am who has joined in. And the last but not the least, very important key thing to conclude is youth and democracy and governance will be summarized by Mr. Sarabishwaran. However, we are waiting for one more person who's representing GSFN, Ahab Ullah, who has not joined us today. So we are still we are opening that particular pointer also to the audience. Anybody would like to take that forward can contribute now until Mr. Sarabishwaran joins. So anyone would like to take any of the pointer can have a brushing over those pointers which were mentioned on the floor today. Dr. Dilshad, would you like to add something over here on this platform now? Since we have got time, we are waiting for Mr. Sarabishwaran to join.
You mean to make a commentary?
Yeah, commentary, just on the general topic.
Wow, just a few words. I think the lectures were very interesting because even in all countries, it's very important to think to empower women. In Brazil, unfortunately, we have high tax of feminicide. It's terrible, and I do agree that it is necessary to change, and the change begins from each one, especially in the family. I think it's necessary to understand that although we are biological different, but we are the same. So women have the same rights as men. In Brazil, we are struggling for women to have the same salary in the same function as the men. It's struggling now. We have a law about it, but it is necessary to put in practice, and it takes time. But I think here, this event is very important to call attention and to show how is important. We can live in harmony with each other. It's possible because it's love. Love is the most strong force in the world, and it's not acceptable to live as in the past. Also, another topic that I thought very interesting, it's about disasters. In Brazil, we also have disasters, natural disasters, mixed disasters, and especially in the rain season. In Brazil, in our summer, we have rains and flood in the cities. unfortunately, I may say that there is a environmental racism because the poverty lives around the city, and they are the most affected by the flood, by the environment, not the rich ones, not the rich population of the country. And each year after year, the same thing happens with a greater number of casualties. It's unacceptable. We have to change, and it begins by the government policies. We have to change. So when politicians come to talk to us, we have to ask them, what do you have to give the solutions for older problems? Well, I think that's it, because I'm very talkative. If you allow me, I'll talk more. But thank you once again. I'm very honored to be here and to listen and to learn with all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Prasanna sir, would you like to add on to that?
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening. Ma'am, we are going to declare that speaker because of a network issue, ma'am. Sorry for your delay for this information. We are going to declare that speaker, ma'am, for this.
He is facing some technical issues, ma'am. He can't able to join today.
Okay. So would you like to go on with that topic, sir? Prasanna sir, you can go ahead with that particular topic.
Okay, ma'am. I will give a short note about the
Yes.
topic.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. This is youth in democracy and governance. When we talk about the youth democracy, democracy is nothing but the citizen involving in taking the decisions by voting to make the country more better. When it comes to youth in democracy, it is a major part of a country that youth acting as a major role in that to participate in political discussions and the development of our country. And also the mindset towards the choosing their choices and avoiding the protest rally like that, to showing in a correct legal way to express their ideas and thoughts to the community. Innovation and flexibility to undertake risks and challenges, a capability to accept the challenges facing in day-to-day life and able to face the risk which is going to be in a community. It's a very tough thing that facing risk and getting challenges in day-to-day life. And also accountability is more important to each and every person. The accountability to continuance, which is more important, and the sustainability of youth democracy in financial resources and making decisions, capacity oriented via networks and movements, and also the national changes for the better of each and every country only by the youth in the respective countries. And also the youth organization plays a major role, like NGOs involving in more activities of social activism. So youth in democracy is more important. Nowadays, youth is about 20 to 30 years of ages, having a lot and lots of ideas to innovation technologies, and nowadays it's artificial intelligence. So everything in the world is acting in the hands of youth, mainly in governance. It is very important to have a better future. Thank you.
So much. So this is what really happens. This is a very good example, taking the present situation that we are faced today. So much of planning has been done on this particular topic for over 1.5 months. Believe it or not, 45 days. Meetings have been held. we just narrow down and funnel down to the pointers of discussion pertaining to the age group or the community group where they belong to, which country do they belong to. Speakers submit their papers, their abstract. They've been shortlisted. From the shortlisted, the real cream has been taken after mentoring. After mentoring, can you believe it? So much of effort, so much of time has been put into this for this final day, when it's this is the total confinement that we're talking about. When they're not able to present themselves or not able to make their presence on this final day of whatever good reason it is. Imagine the background work of 45 days of work of so many people. The people who have submitted the papers, the review, the scrutiny, people who have just, the mentors who have trained them, who have gone through the scripts, gone through the abstracts, gone through the synopsis, modifying the presentation, finally bringing it to the final. It's all up. Ultimatum is that it's an opportunity which has been given. And it's not for celebration, definitely not. Maybe he did have some genuine problem over there from his side. However, it is how to overcome this. This shows exactly what is required. It's not that, if at all, what I'm saying, if not this opportunity is not being given to that particular person, there are so many other people who are down the lane or waiting to get this opportunity. We would have given them the opportunity so that these people, there are always people who are waiting to take such opportunities. We could have given the opportunity to somebody else who are, being given the first place to just take it forward. As such, this is what is actually required, and a sense of commitment, a sense of visualization, a sense of being there for the sake of the rational, for the sake of its objective and as when we come to this open forum, it's always with due adherence. People should be highly appreciative of one's time, effort, and money. It's a mutual norm. Definitely on a social basis like this, definitely people should be appreciative of one's time and effort. We may have, even yesterday's session, I was not able to be present because, it's like I had to chip in the last minute for something else, so I was not able to. And it's like that, like how we overcome the situation, like what is to be done has to be done. And probably this opportunity could have been given to any other speaker, any other youngster who would have taken it forward, having known it before. So the awareness and to keep our understanding moving further, it's a very key thing. Well, to sum up, please allow me to present my screen. I need to go ahead present my screen based on the today's topic. Hope it's loading. Are you able to see my screen? Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes, it's right.
Thank you. So today we are here to talk about G20 Empower Scheme. That's the empowerment and progression on women and with women's economic representation. And the G20, which is otherwise called as G20 Alliance for Empowerment and Progression of Women's Economic Representation, G20 Empower, is accelerating towards women leadership and empowerment in the private sector. Well, it's definitely a call to action, which we cannot take it very lightly, because just trying to present some of the facts which are behind the scenes, implementing gender equity policies to hire, retain, promote women, ensuring the visibility of women regardless in their office, the home environment, leveraging the multiplier effect whereby one woman in the C-suite is correlated with 3 women in the senior management role, that is called as the C roles, that is CEO, CFO, CIO. So projecting women to all the C roles is a key thing that we need to really target ourselves for, tapping return to work in terms of digital skills, whether it is called as Industry 4.0 or whatever thing, which is otherwise called as a talent pool, and organizations of banking, capital investments, managing sector, insurance, real estate, etc., 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 have been impelled to continue, train, and mentor female staff and develop the pipeline of the talent and promote women to the senior management seats at schools with a vision of 2030. That's the main objective of G20 Empower Alliance. So when more women work, we have to accept the fact that economy is growing. So women economic empowerment boosts productivity, increases economic diversification, income equality in addition to other positive developing outcomes. For example, increasing female employment rates in OECD countries to match Sweden could boost the GDP power by over $6 trillion. Can you believe it? Recognizing, however, the growth does not automatically lead to the reduction of inequality. Conversely, it is estimated that gender gaps cost the economy to some 15% of the global GDP. So the four areas where the financial inclusion community can contribute to women's economic empowerment, or as our kids, our students, our eminent speakers of today, the vibrant speakers of today have mentioned, digital access and data, which is a key thing. So the digital economy is a bigger part of our lives. To take advantage of the economic opportunities in the digital economy, women need to be able to make and receive payments. So what is required is at least they should be having, each one of them should have their own bank accounts in their own name, whether it is saving account or whatever account, where they are able to calculate and manipulate things. So at the most basic level, women require to access a simple surety of factors of engaging the digital economy, and bank account, a phone, a cash in out, etc. That is CICO network. The financial inclusion community tends to focus on the gender gap for accounts, but there is also a significant gap around the phone ownership in lower middle income groups, where women are 8% less likely to own a phone than men, and 20% are likely to own a smartphone. The feather touch, the primary gateway to the internet, is what the vulnerable countries are deprived of. The second one is the laws and the social norms. So we cannot compromise or having close deaf ears for the laws and social norms as the complaints factor is concerned. So the laws and social norms deeply affect the women's ability to use the financial services to improve their lives. So lack of property rights prevent women from obtaining loans in the money markets, and the lack of ID makes it difficult for women to access accounts in a number of markets. So women still face these legal barriers to obtain an ID. According to the World Bank, Women Business and Law Index, an average woman has only 3/4 of the legal rights accorded to men, despite recent progress in closing gender gaps. Third, last but not the least, the capacities in the essential services. What is required is educational skills, the foundation to building better women for women and families. According to the Global Partnership for Education of the World Bank, an additional year of school for women can result in a 20% increase in income, and a child whose mother can read 50% more likely to live in the past age of 5. So the return of investment from educating women is high, and the financial services like payments and services, savings, and credit can make it easier for them to acquire knowledge and skills more about and more time in the long run in the workforce, that we call it as Industry 4.0. So the last one is the social safety networks. When access to internet, when access to all these facilities, what is being the threat, the actual norm and the threat which threatens the whole thing is data cybersecurity. The safety nets given the women the security as they need to take the advantage of the opportunities that come their way, have access to a social network, the proximity to IGEN network that makes women for productivity, deploy the time, increasing household welfare. So moving ahead, I thought I will share some of the facts if I'm allowed to do so, or we can stop it and we can move ahead with exactly the strategies, the measures, the remedies that we need to look into. So, these are the certain facts that actually in the present scenario, in the world scenario that has been existing. So measuring to improve these fundamentals, government and business tracks to track progress, set goals, monitor trends in advancement of women in leadership roles, female talent pipelines as a key to women's leadership, and it is essential to look into the diversity and inclusion, the equity policies and enables to address systemic barriers surrounding the advancement of women. So leading to the future, it is necessary to address these gaps in the availability of adoption and implementation of this program, where women will be able to lead the future of technological and digitalization world. So the three priorities that the G20 empowered emphasis on the communique is that women entrepreneurship, a win-win for equity in economy, creating a global partnership for promoting women leadership across all levels, including grassroots, and education as a gaming change for the pathway to women empowerment. So, how do we do that? So many have spoken about it. So let's make all those barriers as carriers for change for the women entrepreneurship, a win-win for equity and economy. Thank you so much. I need to stop here because this is a very long presentation as such, and it will take the whole of this evening. Thank you so much. On that note, we would like to conclude with those points as takeaways for today. So anybody would like to add on to that, please go ahead. Thank you. Anyone, it's open so that we can conclude. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Before I start, I would like to say a few things about the women's safety. So, women have the right to be free from violence, harassment, and discrimination wherever they go. And main thing is removing the barriers of an unsafe environment, which can help women to fulfill their potential as individual, as in a corporate, or as an entrepreneur. So this is the main thing we have to do, feel them free, safety wherever they go. And thank you for the wonderful opportunity. I congratulate all the speakers and the guests and the panel of experts who delivered their inputs and ideas to achieve the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Achieving the UN Sustainable Goal is what united us here in this wonderful G20 session. Once again, I thank all the wonderful speakers and the panel of experts and the guests who have participated in today's G20 summit on behalf of IGEN. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was very kind of you. Yes, Dr. Deltran, before we conclude, would like to take a few words from you. Thank you.
It's me?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, just a few words in order to say my gratitude, my happiness to join this very important group of 20 International Youth Cabinet. All the issues and the topics were very important nowadays, and it's more to think, to make reflections what we said today, and to take it inside, as the doctor said, because knowledge, peace, harmony, health begins inside of us, and then we can spread to the people who lives around us. So very pleased, and hope next time to join with you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. Yes, Professor Khalid Ahmed, I could see your raised hand.
Yes, thank you. First of all, I want to thank you very much for your all excellent support. I attended with you, I think 3 times or 4 times like this, but you really, I appreciate it for your excellent support. And that's also meaning when I will talk about the women, she must learn. That's you for us like an amazing example. You are a lady, and you are how much you lovely support for this effect. You have knowledge, you have technology, you can work for everything, you can support, you can connection with other speakers. You make control. That's what I mean. You are a lady. What about other women? That we talk about that, because I'm sure if the lady learn, they will be grow with new generation, because the mother, it's a first 3 times, as in Quran said, the mother 3 times care about it, and the fourth father. What the meaning of this? Yeah, the mother, they have to care for everything. If you need excellent new generation, you have to care for mother. If you need good landing and good climate change, you have to focus for mother, because mother will teach her children to be good environment with other people and with themselves. Then the lady, the first step. Thank you. I appreciated your support. You go ahead and also continues what you deliver, because it's very important at this moment, because we talk about technology, we talk about AI. Really, the world will be grow so quick, because I remember with UNESCO in Mobile Learning Week since 2017, since many years ago. Now we focus for artificial intelligence. We transfer all from computer to artificial intelligence. What about women? Don't know anything about computer. That's a big problem. Just we care. If we have something in hand, just hand in hand together to share, deliver, to support for knowledge. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Khalid. That was very kind of you. Thank you. As you rightly said, like we need to educate women for taking the families and the country forward. On that note, as we have talked more and more about, thanks to Alia Khan, that was a wonderful presentation. As a student minister, she presented such a wonderful presentation today representing IIU, and other speakers who have joined and who stayed steadfast in exactly the delivery and the inputs that they've shared on this platform. So we have looked into our key takeaways for today. Moving ahead, we are going to look into digitalization and innovation, science stream and vocation, employability with NPR production revolution. That's for next week. So our presidency states that initiate, innovate, incorporate, integrate, and ignite through the skilled workforce towards sustainability. So that's going to be the topic for next week. So let's rock the stage next week, definitely. So we will all meet again. Until we meet again, it's adieu from each one of us. On this note, may I take the opportunity to thank our community partners, IGEN for the wonderful support, and GSFN again for the wonderful support, and also IIU and RLU University who have made brilliant contributions on this platform. So on that note, we take leave from you. It's adieu from all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Selvin. Thank you, Dr. Delon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you next time. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you.